Testing, 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 testing. Okay, that looks good. Uh, I don't know 100% if I fix whatever caused the VOD for yesterday's stream to have no audio, but I think I did. So this VOD should have audio when I'm done with it. And if not, I'll fucking redo the whole ass thing. Yesterday's stream was to test stuff, and apparently one of the things I'd messed with caused the VODs to not have audio. So I went back and I tried to undo that. But now we're here. It's time for some more Project Pokémon. I'm still on game 1. We'd just gotten to Cerulean City, and I gotta take on the Nugget Bridge, which apparently I cannot get multiple nuggets from in this version. Let me shift into turbo here. Okay. Where am I? Where the fuck am I? I should be there. I should be right here. Where's my PNG? There's a little wheel. And now there's not a little wheel. And there's the I am. Okay, that's better. Okay, launch the game. Give me 1 second. Trying my best to keep everything open, but my computer's really uncomfortable with it. But I feel like if I keep it open now, I don't have to wait 15 minutes for it to fucking open at the end of stream so I can raid someone. Ugh. Still working on that cough. I had some warm milk tea earlier that I'm hoping will soothe the ache a little bit and will lead to at least less coughing overall in the long run. Like as I was drinking it, I could kind of feel like there was something in my throat that was swollen and it was like sort of going down. It was warm milk tea with honey. And there was no sweeteners in it besides the milk and the honey, so it tasted like very slightly sweet dirt water. But that's fine. I wasn't drinking it for taste. I was drinking it for my throat. There we go. There's the game. Gam Freak. Alright. Let me make sure I don't have to lower the audio again. No, okay, it's still where it was last time. So it shouldn't be too loud. But if it is, let me know. Magic Arp. Alright, continue. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Yes, okay, yeah, we got the Cerulean, where everything is blue. Dabba-dee, dabba-die. And we are working with a team of Jazz Cabbage, my Bulbasaur, who is currently an Ivysaur, actually. Beach Bully, the Pidgey I caught. And I was going to drop out for Fearow, well, Spearow, that probably would have evolved into a Fearow eventually. But I just like the sand attack, making it hard for enemies to hit, so I just kind of kept it there. We got Ichiban, who's a Magikarp. Level 12, pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Magikarp evolves at level 20, so it needs 8 more levels. Can we get it there before the end of the night? Possibly. I think he'll learn Tackle at level 15. So once we get him 3 more level ups, he can at least start doing his own shit. The Boulder. That's the Geodude. We went ahead and gave him Mega Punch, too. he's not going to be a permanent member of the team, but, like, it's not like I was going to put Mega Punch on anything else, really. Russell! The Nidoran male that we caught, because in Gen 1, not all Pokemon had genders yet, and Nidoran male and female, their whole gimmick was that they had genders. Here I am with my 2 Pokemon. Yes, you mentioned that you only use 2 Pokemon, so you got through much faster. We got Horn Attack. Honestly, we probably could have had Nidoran evolved by now if I'd used him a little more. We got Desperado, the Butterfree with Confusion that was very vital to my beating the first gym. Vantai! Hello! How you doing today, Vantai? Hope you're having a good day. I was just saying how I had some tea with milk and honey earlier to help with my cough. And it wasn't the best tasting tea because I didn't put any sweeteners in it besides for the milk and the honey. But I definitely felt it do something with my throat. Okay, I see that, but I don't hear the pipe clang. But I did check sound alerts, and they did say they were on. So let me go double check that now. I did catch an Abra that I'm probably going to trade for Mr. Mime, to be honest. Oh, well, there it goes. After I've clicked off the game to go check sound alerts, it finally was like an hour late. Cool. Cool. Thank you. I don't know why I did that, but it's fine. Right. Okay. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Misty can't poison, burn, or paralyze my team. Then again, a lot of my information about the first-gen games comes from when I played Fire Red growing up. Because I never actually started with the first-gen games. I played a Gen 2 game, Pokemon Gold, and I never actually got a Gen 1 game because I never had the old Game Boy. You can't status other than confusing you. And sadly, there is no thing to fix that. We'll probably need some paralysis heals for Lieutenant Surge, who I'm pretty sure is gym number 3. And then, my god, gym number 4 will probably be Erica, if I'm not mistaken. I think I can check my trainer badge, and it'll tell me what all ones will fight in what order. Keep pressing A on the controller instead of B on the controller, which is actually A on the system. Yeah. Brock, Misty, Surge, Erica, Koga. We'll definitely need a lot of fucking poison heals and probably a few paralysis heals for Erica. Because the grass-type gyms are gonna have fucking poison powder, and stun powder, and sleep powder, and we'll also need a lot of those for Koga, because poison types are gonna have fucking poison powder, and sleep powder, and all that other shit that I just said. Oh, and then there's Sabrina. Sabrina in Saffron City. I'm trying to remember why she's not earlier, because, like, once you go down from Cerulean, there's Saffron right in the middle. I'll probably remember when we get there. There's probably a reason we can't fight her that early. She's gym number 6. Is she really that late? Because, like, after that, it's Blaine. And I feel like when I was watching the anime, there was a huge gap between when Ash took on Sabrina and when Ash took on Blaine. Those two gyms. Because, like, I don't remember exactly, but I feel like he still had Charmander when he fought Sabrina. By the time he fought Blaine, he had Charizard. I don't know. It's been a while, and when I watched Pokemon, I watched mostly the VHS tapes that my parents would buy, which was a lot of it out of order. That's the recommended order. Koga and Sabrina are around the same level. I think. Yeah, well, we're in Cerulean, so that's, Misty. I want to say Vermilion is Lieutenant Surge. Celadon is Erica, I know that, because there's the Celadon, city, like, mall that it's got, and it's got the little gambling corner, unless that's not actually in the first generation. But you'd think it'd have to be, because that's where the Team Rocket base usually is, right? In the Celadon game corner, where they, like, have slot machines. I don't think they introduced that just for Gen 3, but it could be something else, I suppose. Then I believe Koga's is Fuchsia City. I already said Sabrina's in Saffron. Blame is in Cinnabar, and then mysterious gym leader number 8, who we already know is in Viridian City, the very first city we went to, but the very last gym we'll fight. You know what's actually pretty cool, though? In a lot of other generations, grass-type Pokemon are going to come up just a little bit short for most of the gyms that are available. But grass types are actually favorable in, like, the first 2 gyms, and grass type takes reduced damage from electric type, so in effect, you're not at a disadvantage in gym number 3 with a grass type if you pick Bulbasaur. Gym 4, it's a wash because grass resists grass. Gym 5, I don't think there's enough poisoning damage moves to actually hurt grass types in this first game. Plus, most of the grass types are poison, so you're probably neutral against Koga as well. Sabrina, okay, you're gonna be at a loss there, because, again, most of your grass types are also psychic type, are also poison types, are gonna be weak to their psychic types. So, clear wash. And then a disadvantage against Blaine, because fire, you know. But then there's... Oh, the surprise guy. It's Giovanni, okay? It's Giovanni, and he's a ground-type gym user, and ground is weak to grass, so... In essence, you're only at a disadvantage, really, in 2 out of 8 gyms by picking a grass type. So Gen 1 was really generous for grass types. Isn't the only non-poison grass types Execute and Tangela? No, Parasect. Parasect is bug grass. Well, Paras and Parasect, but I was including both when I said the one. Execute might not be a bad Pokemon to get in the first-gen game, since Psychic types are overpowered. And there's no really damaging Bug-type moves to take advantage of that 4-time Bug's weakness. Meanwhile, against the Elite Four, at least for 2, I think, maybe, members of Bruno's team, you're probably got a good advantage with Grass. And since he's a fighting type and poison resists fighting, although I don't 100% remember, everyone knows Paris isn't real, if poison actually resists fighting in this first game, because I know that poison is weak to bug in this first game, and bug is weak to poison in this first game. That's a fun little detail that I learned through studying, so I could have a general idea of what all Pokemon I was going to use. Only for this first generation, though. I'm gonna play it a little loose with later generations, because I just needed to be careful with what all first-gen Pokemon I use, because, let's be honest, as I continue, they'll probably be the generation that gets the most use, just because they're the most widely available. Hell, Gyarados is gonna be available in, like, every fucking game, and I only get to use it 3 times, so I really have to limit when I can use a Gyarados. And Gyarados is such an easy Pokemon to get, really, if you think about it. Just get a Magikarp to 20. You can usually do that before the 3rd gym. Of course, in this game, the 3rd gym is electric, and you really don't want to use Gyarados against an electric type. But, my point is, Gyarados is a small investment, and it's a really good Pokemon. And what's sad is, I probably won't use Gyarados on my official team for this game. But since this is before the split of the special stat into both special attack and special defense, right now, apparently, its special stat is what its special defense is, which is 100. So, that means it actually can do really good fucking damage with water moves like Surf, if I taught it that. Because, later generations would make its special attack a pitiful 65. Which means that this is probably the generation when Gyarados is at its strongest when using Water-type moves, until the physical special split in Gen 4, when it can learn moves like Waterfall that take advantage of its attack stat. Okay. But yeah, later games, you're kind of at a disadvantage with grass types. Okay. Let's see. I can go with Jazz Cabbage and just focus on getting level ups for him. Alright, let me save. We fought the rival already, so we don't have to do that. Wouldn't hurt me to invest in some potions later. But for now, I love all the flying type moves Gyarados gets in these early gens. Well, I think, like, the most it gets, at least in later gens, is, like, Bounce. Which always struck me as a weird flying type move anyway. This is Nugget Bridge! Beat us 5 trainers and win a fabulous prize! It doesn't get any. There's gonna be a lot of Pokemon that don't get any fucking stab moves. You think you got what it takes? So I'm saying, I'm not surprised if it doesn't... That's what I was trying to get to. I'm not surprised if it doesn't get any, because fucking... in later generations, it only gets Bounce. I think the only reason they made Gyarados flying type is to give it a crippling weakness to Electric, so as to not make it massively overpowered. Because I think they had intended to make it a Water Dragon originally. I don't remember where I learned this, and it could be 100% wrong. But, they realized that the typing of Water Dragon would give it no effective weaknesses because there's not any good Dragon-type moves in the first game. And Water would help it resist Ice types, or at least give it neutral damage to Ice types. So... Alright. Tackle, Growl, Leech Seed, Vine Whip. I think Grass-type moves are considered all special in the first couple gens. So I need to go back and check Jazz Cabbage's stats so I know what's higher between attack and special. I love how there's only one Dragon-type move in Gen 1. Oh, is there only one? I knew there weren't any good ones. It's gotta be, what, Dragon Rage? And I'm pretty sure that one deals damage based on level, right? Which makes it a pathetically weak move. I did do a little bit of research. Oh man, I wish there was the experience bar so I knew how close everything was to leveling up. It's only Dragon Rage. Ah, of course. Man, these lousy movesets are gonna cause me to Dragon Rage. If I can say that in a way that doesn't make me sound like a 13-year-old with a voice cracking, I will. Okay, not too high leveled. Let's see. I've got 2 Moonstones. I think Brussel would evolve at 16, and then I could immediately bring it up to Nidoking. But would that be a waste of a Moonstone if I don't intend to have it in the party permanently? I guess, possibly, unless I don't intend to have any Pokemon that evolve with Moonstone permanently, and I just want it to be an early game beat stick, perhaps. But is that... I don't know. Is that a strategy I'm willing to employ for every game, or... if I do it for this one, does that mean I shouldn't do it for the next 2? Alright, we're gonna bring in the Boulder. I don't know what level the Boulder evolves at, but... I'm second, now it's serious! Definitely some people who would put a lot more thought into this than I did, considering I've had essentially a year to prepare, but... I want it to feel natural, man. Alright. Mega Punch isn't 100% accurate, is it? I would have tried Defense Curl, but I was worried it would kick sand in my face. It's not terrible, but... let's see what Tackle does. Oh, and Gust is a normal type move? I mean, I guess Pidgey will still get stabbed from it, but that means it's not going to be super effective against Grass, Bug, or Fighting-type Pokemon. Which, like, There's definitely gonna be a lot better moves for Pidgey to fucking have then. Okay, there was a sand attack, but it failed. Yay, level up. The Boulder is now at level 13. Nidoran female. How about we take that on with our Nidoran male? Actually, probably better bring in Desperado, because Poison is weak to Psychic. Desperado has Confusion. Yeah, this first run's probably gonna be the slowest, because it's growing pains. By the time I start the second run, I'll be like, okay, this is what I'll need to do for the first couple gyms or whatever. I'll know what to focus on. Stone Evos get no moves once they evolve in early gens, other than the Eevee ones. I think that's still kind of relatively true for most of them. Because that's always sort of been the trade-off. You can evolve them whenever you want once you have the stone, but then once they're evolved, they don't really get any moves anymore. So you keep them pre-evolved until you get the moves you want, and then you evolve them, or you just try and give them a bunch of TMs. Oh look! I finally fixed my fucking blue sky. But it's not a link, apparently, so I guess I'll need to fix it again. Someone pointed out to me that my link on my blue sky for this whole fucking thing was actually still my Twitter link. And none of you assholes ever pointed that out to me! Yes! Yes, that is the exact rage I felt in that moment of having that pointed out to me. Hi, kitty! Later gens with how easy it is to relearn moves, the Stone Evos get all their level up moves. I guess that's true. Pokemon does have a history of becoming much more convenient as the gens go on. Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, I suppose depends. Some claim they make the game too easy, some claim they add balance. Certainly there's a line where you can draw where, okay, you can say, well, this made the game better and easier, but like in a way that's convenient and not bad. And this one just made it too easy for anyone to play, and I don't care. If you never expect me to point anything out to you. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to fix that link, because it's still not a link. Fine, though. Makes it easier for competitive. There's that. There's definitely that. I'm not big on competitive. I do occasionally do, like, online battles. And I did play a tournament once. And I didn't end up in last place, which was great for me. And I got a little in-game item for participating. But, I'm not a huge competitive Pokemon player. Even though I do like to train Pokemon to take on, like, whatever their version of the Battle Tower or whatever it is in that particular game is. Oh my god, Ekans. Oh my god, Ekans! Oh, poor Ekans. Look at its fucking face! Watch out, Mav. His Rattata is in the top perfect of all Rattata. Ah, god damn it. Okay, apparently rap keeps me from acting. How many fucking turns is this gonna last? Okay, that many. So, let's say between probably 1 to 5, I guess? Oh no, Rap! Rap OP! Well, I won't call it OP because it didn't do much damage even with 3 turns to work, but it did stop me from acting, which is very annoying. So, perhaps not OP, but definitely annoying. faster than you never? What? Get to move. It's faster than if you never get to move. Is that what you meant? Is there not like a turn limit? Can it just go forever if I get bad luck? Okay. In theory, the only thing this can do is Leech Live, right? Which is a bug move, which Brussels poison, so it would be weak against. So... does that mean that Jazz Cabbage is actually 4 times weak to bug-type moves in this gen? Hi, Flex! Welcome in! You're just in time. Your also last name is Credible, and your first name is Justin, so you're just incredible. It's faster than if you never get a chance to move, and ends the turn immediately after it happens. Oh, so you're saying that if it's faster than me, it can just immediately wrap me again, and then I'll never get a chance to move. Oh, thank you for the shout-out, kitty! You were playing art. Did you know that, Flex, that you were playing art? Okay, yes, that is what you were saying, Raven. Thank you. That does suck. Let's hope it never comes to that. I play at being an artist. I play at being good at Pokemon. Whew, okay. For a low attack move like Leech Live, at least for these early gens, it gets a massive power buff later. That actually did a decent amount of damage. So yep, Jazz Cabbage, 4 times weak to bug-type moves. Thankfully, I don't have any other bug-type moves to be weak to. Okay. Attack 22, Special 21, so they're roughly equal right now. I don't know if IVs are still a thing this early in, or if that's something they introduced in Gen 2 or Gen 3 or whatever. But most early game Pokemon will give you, like, regular attack and speed. Ugh. Well, not IVs, EVs. Either way, I don't know if either is a thing this early in. I play it being anything. It's DVs in Gen 1 and Gen 2? Oh, that's interesting. What is the difference between EVs and IVs and DVs? EVs are effort values, which you get for beating opponent Pokemon, which will increase a Pokemon's stats by a certain amount. It's really difficult to explain what EVs are. IVs are individual values, which Pokemon is essentially generated with, and you can't really do much to change. Both will affect how a Pokemon's stats grow. Fun fact, in Gen 2, it's worse to have a shiny Pokemon since it requires bad EVs for Pokemon to be shiny. I actually was aware of that. Not in that exact knowledge, but I knew in Gen 2 specifically, shiny Pokemon were statistically worse with their stats. I didn't know why that was, but now I do. But I did know that shiny Pokemon had bad stats in Gen 2. Screw Red Gyarados, the one shiny they give you. Like, for free anyway. Hey, Poison Sting. Oof, that hit harder than I really wanted it to. The more you know. Yeah, and that's why, because I told my older brother that, but I guess he didn't process the part where that's only true in Gen 2. It's why he would never catch a shiny for the longest time, up until I think Gen 6. If he saw a shiny, he would just KO it. Because he thought it would be bad. Got a shiny Alpha Toad Isle in Legend ZA. Oh, that's pretty cool. I can't. I told him in Gen 2, but I guess he didn't process that part. So he just didn't bother with shinies until I guess he figured out on his own that that's only true in Gen 2. but he never caught a shiny because he thought its stats would be bad. I can't wait to play Gen 3. That'll be interesting. You know, the later down you go, the more they introduce more of the stuff I'm used to, because, like, eventually we'll have the special stat in, like, the next gen, I think, split into special attack and special defense. And then later we have the physical special split. I think that's Gen 4. Gen 3 gives us abilities. Gen 3 we get abilities, yeah. Gen 2 also gives held items. That's not something I was aware of yet. Holy crap, we can't do held items in this game? Oh, that's gonna suck. Because I was really looking forward to putting a fucking amulet coin on one of my Pokemon just so I could get some extra goddamn money. That's a critical hit. Homie. I'm sorry. There was some new stuff introduced in Gen 5, but I think really what Gen 5 was essentially taking all the things they introduced and, like, perfecting them, right? And I think they realized when they were starting Gen 6 that, like, oh my god, we, like, took all these systems we have, and now they're, like, at the best they can possibly be as far as we can make them. So we don't really have anything to fix. Which is why after Gen 5, they start introducing gimmicks for every fucking generation. Because Gen 6, we get Megas. I can't wait to get you the Berserk Gene in Gen 2. The Berserk Gene? Is that what they call Pokerus? Is that the early name for Pokerus? The Pokemon virus? Okay, so I'm 4 trainers in, right? So there's one more asshole on this bridge to fight, and then I can get my nugget. Okay, I'm number 5. I'll stomp you. See how much research I did since I didn't know there weren't held items in this game. That's what Maggie's sprite looks like! Okay. It's a held item. It's consumed upon entering battle. You get +2 to attack immediately, but you also get confused that doesn't wear off. Oh my god, he's making a hard attack at you. I know! I noticed that! Oh my god. Okay. We're gonna bring in Desperado for confusion, just because this Mankey's a fairly high level, which probably says that I'm massively underleveled, if anything. Holy shit, Karate Chop did a lot of damage, and that's supposed to be a high crit move. Usually that's a late game fighting type move. Okay, Desperado's probably dead. Yep. And another critical hit. I'm guessing, like Slash in this first game, it's gonna be almost guaranteed critical, huh? Alright, how about this? Beach Bully, I apologize, but we're gonna send you out as a sacrifice to sand attack this guy a couple times. If you don't die, you're not a sacrifice. But if you do die, woof, you're gonna get him as much as you can. Heart at you, not attack. Well, he also attacked my heart when he hit that Karate Chop, and it did half of Desperado's health. Okay, time to find out if poison resists fighting in the first gen. Let's try and pull off a Leer. Ah, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that was bad. Oh, I didn't like that. Holy shit, this Mankey's whipping my ass. Go get him, Ichiban! Just kidding. And the boulder will get fucking destroyed by that karate chop. I was kind of hoping for a miss there, but, okay. Only you could see attack power and accuracy in this gen. That would help a lot. If I'm confused, I can always, like, check my phone, but, for the most part, I know, generally speaking, how strong certain moves are. Just from familiarity. But Karate Chop, that's supposed to be, like... not like a last move that a fighting type learns, but, like, it's supposed to be a pretty high-level move for fighting type Pokemon. At least in later games. Holy cow. In this first game, there's not a lot for Psychics to do yet, because Dark and Steel don't exist, so their only real strength is against normal and rock types. We're already past the rock gym, there's not a normal gym. So really, what it would do is be helpful against a myriad of normal type wild mons. But like, with a fucking critical hit ratio that high, I bet Mankey is still a very common pick for a lot of people doing speed runs if you can get it early. Karate Chop is 40 power. High crit chance, though. I think they upgrade it later, though, because I remember it having slightly higher attack. You beat our 5 trainers. Congratulations. You just earned a fabulous prize. You received a nugget. By the way, would you like to join Team Rocket? No, go fuck yourself. We're a group dedicated to evil-using Pokemon. Want to join? No, I already told you to go fuck yourself. Are you sure? Yes, go fuck yourself. Come join us. No, go fuck yourself. I'm telling you to join. Go fuck yourself, okay? You need convincing. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse, and then I'll tell you to go fuck yourself. Okay. No deep breaths. Take note of that. Do not take deep breaths from talking too fast. Yeah, I think it's up to 60 or so. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh. We don't get abilities till Gen 3, so sadly that means no Bullet Punch Technician for Scizor in Gen 2. Right, Poison Sting's pretty weak. Its main advantage is that it has a chance to poison enemies, but you can't poison a poison type, at least not until, fucking Corrosion becomes an ability. So that's... if Poison Sting and Wrap are Ekans' only attacks, then I should be able to beat them with Bristle. Thinking of Cross Chop per chance? That's a high power fighting move. No, not Cross Chop. I know there's a difference between Cross Chop and Karate Chop. Hello! Grand First Sergeant? Is that... did I pronounce that correctly? Is that how that's pronounced? Grand First Sergeant? Thank you for the follow! Let me know if I pronounced that correctly. Or if there's some other thing you prefer to be called. The one is meant to be a T. Grant Sergeant? Ah, that did... oh, I'm so not used to bug-type moves being super effective against poison. Karate Chop is a normal move? Is it? Does it not become fighting type till later then? And I'm used to being called Gran or Grant. Well, whichever you prefer is what I will call you. Do you like Pokemon? Ow! Why is that hurting so much? Oh, man. Ah, darn Zubat knowing Bite. Dealer's choice. Yes, sir. Gen 1 is wild with move types. I am learning that. Alright. Go, Ichiban! You can get him. You splash. No effect. Darn. Who could have seen that coming? Oh no, I've become confused. Whatever will I do to correct this mistake? Dude, I know that Gen 1, like, Pokemon don't get anything. But, like, even the moves are different than I remember. I'm eating frosted animal crackers. You jelly? Only if you get the secret animal. Everyone knows that in every box of animal crackers, there's one secret animal. If you're not paying attention, you'll just eat the dang thing and never even get to experience what it is. Oh my god, I also don't have a run button. Secret animal is me. Means trekking through everything is gonna always feel like a slog in comparison to what I'm used to. I suppose I'm not gonna get run shoes in first gen, am I? Also high flex and Vantai. Well, Gran, I'm doing what I'm calling Project Pokémon, where I'm playing through each of the mainline Pokemon games for the handheld systems. Also, I'm doing both Stadium and Coliseum games, because why not? And I have to use a different team for each game. I missed a toggle run in Gen 2 remakes. Yes, on the little touchscreen at the bottom, I remember. Right, do I have Pokeballs? I need to know this. Use, that's Bide. Okay, I don't need Bide. Can't actually see what it is. Water gun. No, okay, no. Rare candy, I've got 1. Moonstone, I've got 2. Dome fossil, 5 Pokeballs, and a nugget. Okay, I should go sell the Pokeballs. Sell the nugget and buy Pokeballs. No running shoes, but you do get a bike. Well, I know that, because there's the bike bridge. That had to still be true. Oh my god! Is there a hot button for using items? Like, can I assign an item to, like, select or some shit to just immediately use it? Or do I have to go to the menu every time? That's going to be very critical for me to know when I get, like, the item finder or the bike. Oh my god. I'm tired of coughing. Why can't it be a wheezing already? I should restart Omega Oob. I'm assuming you meant Omega Ruby. And not Omega Oob as in Oob from Dragon Ball Z. Although you're missing one U for it to be Oob from Dragon Ball Zeto. Alright, let's get a couple more Pokeballs. And it wouldn't hurt, at least for the gym battle later, to get a few potions. Omega Ruby. Okay. That will be on the list. In fact, I think either Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire are probably the last games I'll play. Depending on which one I play first. Also part of Project Pokémon is that you can only use any individual Pokemon 3 times total for every challenge. So, if I use a Pokemon 3 times, I'm not allowed to use it later. I saw your feet from the grass. You were looking the other way! No Sun or Moon? I'm gonna play Sun and Moon. I'm gonna play all the handheld games. I'll play Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Maybe those will be the last ones. I just forget, like, did Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire come out before Sun and Moon? I don't think so, but I don't remember, man. Can't keep up with all the remakes. Yay, love Sun and Moon. However, for some Pokemon, these rules are a little lessened. Ow! For example, in Sun and Moon, Rockruff has 2 different forms it can evolve into of the same Pokemon. So, technically speaking, for those 2 different forms, they each count as one individual Pokemon. So if I use a midday Lycanroc and a midnight Lycanroc, those don't count as the same Pokemon. So different forms count as their own thing. Litten or Rowlet are the best starters, hands down. Well, part of the challenge is, for every generation, I have to start with the grass type. So for this game, I picked Bulbasaur to start. When I get to blue, I have to pick Squirtle. And then yellow, you're kind of forced to pick Pikachu. But then the next Gen 1 game, sort of, is in Gen 3 when they remake Red and Green, or Fire Red and Leaf Green. So in Fire Red, that's when I have to finally pick Charmander, because it's set in Kanto. So it's considered that region. And then in Leaf Green, I have to pick Bulbasaur again. Of course, I have considered that at least by the time I get to Leaf Green, it's viable for me to at least drop Bulbasaur by then. So I don't know if I will. That would just be 2 of my uses of Bulbasaur already, and that'd only be in Gen 3, not even halfway. In Ultra Sun and Moon, there's a 3rd Lycanroc form. I know. And that's probably the coolest one. I'm just using Sun and Moon as an example, and I'm pretty sure that 3rd Lycanroc? What the fuck am I trying to say? Oh my god. The 3rd Lycanroc form does not exist in the first 2. It's arguably the best. Oh my god, I can't speak today. It's arguably... What am I saying? I'm spewing nonsense, which is what I always do forever, but now I'm embarrassed by it. Because people can actually hear it. Normally when I'm spewing nonsense, you guys can't hear it. Take your time. My brain is trying to process Pokemon and also other things, and I think my mouth just can't keep up. I still also cannot get rid of this very annoying cough. I still kind of think it's cheating. That guy turned around to get me. Like, he was facing that way, and I don't think he was facing me until he spotted me. Okay, Pidgey, so we know it'll have Sand Attack, which will be annoying. And Quick Attack. Much damage. Okay, not too much damage. See if we can get Brussel to 16. I'm pretty sure it'll evolve by then. They have hacks. Clearly, if they spotted me that early in. Poison Sting not super great. But Horn Attack's 100% better than just regular tackle. But I need to save up PP. There's the Abra! Okay. You get 1 shot at Abra. So, unless I had some way to put it to sleep, which I don't, all we can do is just try and throw a Pokeball at it and hope for the best. Fingers crossed. 1. Nope, kicked out at 1. And it teleported. And that's why you only get 1 shot at Abra. That's why I needed extra Pokeballs. Oh no, it's Kakuna! Whatever will we do against Kakuna? But what if I made Gen 3 harder by using mods to make every fight a double battle? I mean, that's on you. I put it in the rules that I'm not using any sort of mods like that, though. So, if you mod the game, at that point you're not doing Project Pokémon, you're just playing the Pokémon games. Which is fine. You don't have to do Project Pokémon alongside me if you don't want to. But for Project Pokémon, you need to have as pure an experience as possible. Thank you, Gran, for dropping by, and please enjoy your lurk. I realize I perhaps did not make the best first impression with my garbled nonsense, but, games are so easy, though. Look, man, playing through the easier games is your reward for getting through the earlier games. And some of the challenge comes from not using the same teams over and over. I mean, in early games, you kind of have a limited amount of Pokemon you can use for every game, so you kind of have to start with the same team set up for most of them. But like, after a while, you get access to more and more Pokemon, and that's when you switch things up. Can't wait for base game Cynthia and Diamond and Platinum. I know, and what's hilarious is that, with my setup, for Diamond and Platinum, I have to use the Grass and then Water type starters, which means I'll have really no Fire types to choose from until Platinum, where they actually give you Fire types to choose. Hey look, it's Oddish! I've already got a Grass type, but in later games, Oddish will be a great Grass type. Grass type? Grass type. Oh my god! What is wrong with my brain today? My brain has turned into pudding. You'll be a great Grass type to use against Misty. So perhaps in the next game, or maybe Pokemon Yellow, depending on whether or not Oddish can be caught in Blue. I forget what all the exclusives are for each game. I think Oddish and Bellsprout. Oh my god! I'm not even... Bellsprout are exclusives. I'm so upset. Oh my god, I'm so upset that I forgot to catch that Oddish, is what I forgot to do. I stand Blossom. Russell is evolving! Cool, then that Oddish did not die in vain. Russell evolved into Nidorino. That's neat, Areno. He's not such a sprout anymore, is he? Russell still would have been better for a Grass-type Pokemon, I admit it. But, whatever. Oddish is only in red. Okay, so we won't get an Oddish in blue, but maybe we'll use a Bellsprout against Misty. We'll definitely want a Grass-type in each gen no matter what. Because, as I pointed out, Grass-types in Gen 1 are actually pretty useful. So, maybe we'll use Victory Bell, at least for a while. Unless I want to swap it out for, like, Execute, which I mentioned might be good because it gets Psychic type when it evolves. And then, depending on what's available in Yellow, I might get an Oddish there. Can't wait to see the new 28 Years Later movie. Alright, what do we got? I found TM45. Man, I wish it would just tell me what it was. What is 45? What does it do? What does 45 do? It is Thunder Wave. None of my Pokemon can learn it. The Thunder Wave would be a good move to have. I didn't catch Pikachu. Though Pikachu might be able to actually learn that naturally. Alright, just another Kakuna. I really want to get an Abra. I don't think I'm going to use Alakazam in this first generation, just because while trade Pokemon are eligible, I don't have anyone to trade with, technically speaking, in this first game. So I have to wait until a second file exists, if you understand my meaning. That way it's fair. I never watched the first 28 Years Later movie, to be perfectly honest with you. But I have seen a buttload of trailers for this new one. I don't think a single day has gone by where I haven't seen at least one trailer for 28 Days Later. Another barrage of sand attacks. Okay, good. I got the tackle in. Okay. Now, I've got 2 Moonstones. But are you gonna catch Dratini? That is a good fucking question, because I have debated whether or not using... Hey, no. I was opening my thing so I could check something, and it opened up to YouTube automatically. Debating whether or not using a Dratini would be a good idea in the first-gen games. There are some Pokemon I think it would be better to wait and use them in later gens when they have better movesets. But Dratini, when it eventually becomes Dragonair, can use a lot of useful moves of, like, different stuff. Like, it can learn Thunderbolt, it can learn Surf. So I have debated that. I guess it depends on... The earliest I can get a Dratini is probably Celadon City, right? In the game exchange. Or better Evos, like in Gen 4. Yeah. like that too. Like, I'm gonna use... Part of the deal is that doing this means I'll have to use Pokemon I don't typically use. And I'm gonna use Pokemon that I wouldn't typically use in these first-gen games just because there are Pokemon I want to use in later games when they get better. So I have an idea of who all I want to use on my first team, and I have some rough drafts of my second and third team, but I'm not fully decided on all teams for Gen 1 yet, because I keep looking up like what movesets are and what can learn what, and I'm trying to make sure I have a fully balanced team. Let me see if there are any moves that Nidorino can learn before I straight up just turn him into Nidoking, and if even that's a good idea right now. It would be nice to have a fully evolved Pokemon right now before the second gym. I'm just checking his moveset real quick. I wish I could have, like, it up on the screen so you could see me checking it, but I'm willing to bet that trying to do that would put even more stress on my computer. Okay, Generation 1. Leer, Tackle, Horn Attack. It's got Horn Attack twice. Oh, okay, so it's got one set for red, green, and blue, and then one set for yellow. At level 12 in yellow, it learns Double Kick. And it doesn't learn Double Kick until level 50 in these games? Fuck that. I'm not waiting till level 50 for it to get Double Kick. Poison Sting, which it already has. 14 in these games, 19 in yellow, which it's not a useful move either way, so. Focus Energy, Fury Attack, Horn Drill. Focus Energy might not be bad. It gets it at 23 in these games and 27 later. That's quite a whiles away still, even for the lower 23. Dratini is 2,800 coins in red and 4,600 coins in blue? Okay, so if I was gonna use Dratini, it would be more viable to use it in this game than it would be in the next game. So I don't know. I might, but I might also save Dratini for later generations. Okay. And let me go ahead and check Nidoking. Pretty sure he won't learn much of anything once he's evolved, but it'll still be useful to see his moveset and what he can learn via TM. You might want to check the coin cost for Pokemon since they're all different in red and blue. I will. But that's for Celadon City, and we're probably not getting to Celadon City tonight, so most likely I'll have to be reminded if I get to Celadon. Like, don't forget to check whatever. Okay, so, Nidoking. Level 15 it learns Poison. Level 14, actually, it learns Poison Sting, not 15. But it already knows that. In yellow, it can learn Double Kick at 12. Oh, 23, it can learn Thrash, so it still learns a move. Thrash, that's a pretty powerful move, but I'm pretty sure once you use it, like, you can't stop using it, and then eventually you become confused. 90 base power, though. That's pretty good. At 23? Porygon is 6,500 coins in blue and 9,900... Okay, so we're probably not using Porygon in either game. Because unless I'm willing to fucking grind out the goddamn casino off-stream, I'm not getting to that many coins, guys. Like, having Thrash would be useful for dealing with some potential issues down the road, but I've already stated that I'm not going to have Nidoking on my team for this game. Which is not to say that I don't plan on using a Nidoking at all in a Gen 1 game, just not in this first one. Okay, I've got 2 Moonstones. I'll go ahead and get Russell to be Nidoking. And I don't fully plan on using any other Moonstone-based Pokemon for this team. I've got, like, a rough sketch of the majority of the team, and none of them need a Moonstone to evolve. So I'm not really wasting it, really. I'm just giving myself an early game beat stick. And eventually, I will drop off that beat stick. Alright, so now we've got a Nidoking. That's great. We love that. Now let's see if we can get Ichiban to level 15 so his ass can learn Tackle. So we can start doing some of his own goddamn fighting. And eventually I need to catch myself an Abra. I just got down from Mount Moon, but I'm ready. He's your Jigen. Exactly. In Fire Emblem terms, he's exactly a Jigen. Although we had to actually build him up a little first, but... Is Machop a teddy bear? Why is his tail a triangle? Oh my god. Oh, these early game sprites are killing me, man. Oh, he's got Karate Chop too. Gen 1 sprites are wild for all of them. I think by yellow, they make them match the anime a little better though, don't they? Of course, Ichiban didn't even get one level up from that. You know, I have a water-based TM. If I could just use it on Ichiban, he could do great damage against this Geodude. But I'm gonna have to switch to Jazz Cabbage and Vine Whip his ass. Wait till you see Tangela. Oh, I can't wait. Tangela's a pretty late-game Pokemon, though, if I recall. Because you catch it on, like, that little area between Pallet Town and Cinnabar Island, where there's like a stretch of land, I'm pretty sure. Unless there are other places to catch it. Maybe we can catch it in Savari Zone. Look, I'm not fucking Bulbapedia, okay? I don't have an exact knowledge of where everything is gonna be caught. I think Erica might have one. That would make sense. She is the Grass-type gym. Still, that's gonna be pretty far away. It's weird to see a Kakuna with claws out. It's not as weird as some of the other sprites we've seen, but it is weird to see a Kakuna with claws out. Wouldn't even need to switch out if you already had Tackle, you dope. I'm actually switching you out for something weaker, but... I don't know. Beach Bully's definitely not going to be my main flying type for this game. In fact, I'd intended to pick up a Fearow, because I think its stats are better than Pidgeotto's, but probably use a different one, because it's too late to swap out for that Spearow I picked up. It's at, like, level 5. We not stop it until we beat Red? That's in Gen 2. Technically speaking, I am Red, unless you mean the game itself. In which case, you're gonna need to be more specific. There's more than one Red that we can beat. Okay. Need to remember to catch Oddish this time. I gotta go meet Bill. And then I can take on Misty. I should probably swap out my team a little bit before I fight Misty, because especially the Boulder, I'm not gonna do great. It's not very effective. Well, that's your opinion, man. I need something stronger than Tackle. The game, unless you beat yourself by knocking out your Pokemon in confusion. Wouldn't that be just terrible, though? Like, you're about to win, like, you're at the championship battle, you're about to win, the only thing is that you're confused, you've got a sliver of health, but you know you'll outspeed your opponent, so all you have to do is hope you don't hit yourself, and you'll win the championship, and you hit yourself, and knock yourself out. And then you lose the championship and have to start the Elite Four all over. Would that not just be the worst? Law of averages suggests it's happened to at least one person. Because I'm pretty sure that the champion, who I'll use the champion to refer to keep the surprise unspoiled for now, even though pretty sure all of us know who the champion is, has at least 1 or 2 Pokemon that can cause confusion. Of course, in this early game, that might be different. In first, like, Gen 1? Who knows? Lorelei, best girl. Shame she doesn't get a lot of focus, though. Like, she got some focus in the anime during that whole Lapras thing. I still didn't catch that Oddish, did I? Fuck! I got distracted and I didn't catch Oddish. Now I'm angrish. Right, I need an Oddish. Also an Abra. But for now, I'll settle for an Oddish. Because at least if I have Oddish, there's a decent chance that I can catch it without it immediately running away. Kakuna, of course. I think Lorelei got done dirty in Gen 1, though, because there's not a lot of ice types in Gen 1 that are not also water types. So it makes her feel like just another water type user. The best that you have for ice types that aren't water types is Articuno and Jinx, and they're not going to give Articuno to an Elite Four member. There's Nidoking in all his glory. Okay, that's a very slow way to level up Ichiban. Now how about an Oddish? Another Abra! Alright guys, you think we're gonna catch this one? In Gen 3 remakes, if you beat Lorelei enough times, she fills up her house with plushies. Oh, that's adorable. I never knew that. And I've played the Gen 3 games and beat the Elite Four a lot. I just never went to visit her house afterwards because why would I have done that? Alright. Fingers crossed, everyone! 1. And a kick out. Fuck you, Abra. Fucking only move it knows is teleport. Ah, another Kakuna. I want the Oddish, please. At least in theory, once I start the second game, I can trade Pokemon between games. We're doing the Sevi Isles in the remake. I have... Generally speaking, for Gen 1 games, for me, the end game is Mewtwo. That's when we beat the games, when we take on Mewtwo. So, I hadn't planned on it. There's not really any plot stuff in the Sevi Isles. Like, sure, there's new Gen 2 Pokemon and some potential Gen 3 stuff that you can do in the Sevi Isles, but there's not like a plot there to follow. Meanwhile, the confrontation with Mewtwo is like the end of the Team Rocket story arc that kind of builds up over the course of these games. And for Gen 2, the end of those games is beating Red, because that's what those build up to. In, say, Gen 5, when you first go through the Elite Four, you don't actually fight the champion the first time around. So for those games, at least the first two, Black and White, the end game is actually fighting the champion. So you have to go through the Elite Four, then you do the confrontation with N and Gestus, and then you go through the Elite Four again, and then you fight the champion. For me, that's the end of that game. So, like, each game kind of has its own unique cutoff point that's not necessarily just beating the champion. But there has to be, like, actual plot relevance to go through some of the post-championship stuff, I guess. Surprising that I found a Weedle. If I can find Weedle, I can probably also find Caterpie and Metapod here. Their spawn rates are probably just very low. I don't really need to catch the Oddish in this gen, because I've already got Jazz Cabbage. But, no. Fuck it. I'm going to catch it anyway. Because it's Pokemon. Why else would I be playing if I wasn't going to be catching Pokemon? There's more Team Rocket stuff going on in the post-game. For the Sevi Isles stuff? I don't remember that, but it has been a very long time since I've played. Another Abra! Abra, abracadabra. I wanna reach out and grab ya with my Pokeball. Abra, abracadabra. Yes, we got Abra, motherfucker! I'm okay. I didn't freak out. I'm just very happy that we got Abra. Level 12 one, too, which is 2 levels higher than the ones that kicked out at 1. Yep, an entire warehouse on 5 Isle. Huh. I'll have to look that up, then. Using its ability to read minds, it will identify impeding danger and teleport to safety. Yes, we have to, because we caught it, and I at least intend on giving everything I catch a nickname. What's the name of the person who does that song? Is Abracadabra done by the Steve Miller Band? I gotta look that up real quick. Abra, abracadabra. I wanna reach out and grab ya. Abra, abracadabra. Abracadabra. Steve Miller Band. Lady Gaga did a cover? Or is that just a different Abracadabra song? So we'll name this Abra Steve. Steve Miller's not gonna fit unless I abbreviate it to like M-I-L-L-R. Screw it, I'll do it anyway. That way everyone knows the reference. And they don't just assume, oh, Steve from Minecraft. No. Never Steve from Minecraft. Every time I say Steve, I am talking about Steve from Blue's Clues. Thank you. The better Steve. Fuck Steve from Minecraft. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, we got Bulbasaur to Ivysaur in the very first stream. Then again, we went 6 hours on the first stream, and we don't intend to do that this time. I don't remember at what level exactly Ivysaur evolves, but considering that we're at 20, and I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the 30s, it'll probably be a few streams before we get our Venusaur. We're working on Ichiban. Still got 1 more level to go before he learns Tackle, and 5 levels to go before he evolves. By the time he evolves, he'll probably be going up against Lieutenant Surge, and I won't be using him for that. But I could probably finally teach him this Water Gun TM I've got, to at least have a Water-type Pokemon that can use a Water-type move. At least until I get the fucking rods that'll let me catch other water-type Pokemon finally. Local trainers come here to practice. Cool, and you assholes are just like waiting around for someone to walk in front of you instead of battling each other. 32 or 36 for the Kanto starters. And it's still 12 levels away at the minimum, so... We'll actually probably get more time with Ivysaur than we got with Bulbasaur. Isn't that funny? Ultimately, we'll probably have the most time with Venusaur. Especially if I start focusing down and making sure that Jazz Cabbage gets lots of levels. See, this is where I could have used a Pikachu, so I could use Thunder on this thing. I don't have a Rock-type move, but we'll still send in the Boulder. How dare you drop my defense? There we go. Even after lowering my defense twice and getting a critical, that's all you did? Ah, come on! Yes, I'm glad that the Boulder got a level up, but I want Ichiban to get one more level. You're decent. Well, you suck, so... Sorry I can't return the compliment. But I calls him like I sees him. You going to see Bill? First, let's fight! Hiker wants to fight. Do they at least get names in yellow? Oh, yeah. Sorry, bud. I know exactly who I'm taking this guy out with. Oh no, my defense! I'm gonna outspeed you and kill you in one hit. Dumbass. Oh my god, Ichiban! Jazz Cabbage got a level up out of that and Ichiban didn't? Like, I know Magikarp gets slow levels, but damn. Dad took me to a great party on SS Anne at Vermilion City. We'll have to go through SS Anne when we get to Vermilion City. You know, whenever I think of SS Anne, it's a Slowpoke! I think Slowpoke would be a great Water-type Pokemon for me to use if it's available in Red. Either that one or Starmie, because they both eventually get Psychic-type. I don't know if they start with Psychic-type, but they both do eventually get it when they evolve. And I think both of them can use Flash, so that would be my Flash and Surfer. Apparently it gets Confusion pretty early on at least, so even if it's not Psychic-type, it's got a pretty powerful move. But I don't know if I can catch Slowpoke until I get, like, the Super Rod, or at least the Good Rod. I'm not mad. Bitch, how are you not level 15 yet? Slowpoke is Water Psychic. Okay, so it is still Psychic this early in. I wasn't sure if one and or both of Slowpoke and Starmie start out with Psychic, or if they don't get it until they evolve. There's over 1,000 Pokemon, and you'd think with some of the early gen ones I'd know this stuff by heart, but if you just put me on the spot, man, I can't remember. Staryu is only water type. Okay, so I was saying Starmie, so... I also sometimes get backwards which one is the start for Starmie and Staryu. So, you, then me. I'm not gonna remember that. I'm gonna get it confused again later down the road. Over 1,000 Pokemon, but I've only got 151 to worry about in these games. Less so, since at least Red and Blue will have version exclusives. Desperado. It does bother me now that I realize how I misspelled that, but it's fine. Eventually, Desperado will get put in the box, and it won't even be an issue anymore. Probably when we go pick up, like, an actual Psychic type. I think the earliest one I can get is Drowsy, which is probably, like, right outside Vermilion, so not too far away from now. There we go. Asshole finally got to level 15. Stun Spore! I do think I'd like Stun Spore a little better than Poison Powder, just because Poison's not really effective in this first gen, I've noticed. It does very small chip damage, unless it's Toxic, I guess. I don't know how strong Toxic is, but I'm hoping that Paralysis still lowers an enemy's speed. Name Raider is in Lavender. Well, we're a bit away from Lavender. I was in bad condition. Alright, and now Ichiban can do his own attacking. Tackle! Wait, damn it, I couldn't just go back? I have to skip all the way through? Oh, the menus definitely get better. Okay, attack 12, special 13. Waiting to see how far you get in your playthrough so I know how far to play. Well, we'll definitely beat Misty tonight, but I still gotta get to Bill. I don't know if I have to meet Bill before I can fight Misty, to be perfectly honest. But I'm going through this for the extra experience, just to be on the safe side. Okay. Ichiban's okay for a little bit, so we're gonna bring in Jazz Cabbage so we can focus on getting experience for him. He's gonna really carry us through this next gym. And honestly, probably the gym after that, because with the electric types, with grass types resisting electric types, rather, probably be a decent lead. Although, I do think we'll catch a Diglett, or if I get super lucky, a Dugtrio, and use that against Lieutenant Surge, and I think I'm gonna have Dugtrio as part of my permanent team. So that'll be the first Pokemon I catch, aside from Jazz Cabbage, who I think will be part of the permanent team from then on. You can do either one first. Okay, well, I'm doing Bill first to get the experience for Jazz Cabbage against these battlers. If I didn't have to keep going back to heal, this wouldn't be so much of an issue, but it's fine. It's fine. Honestly, backtracking is going to be a large chunk of these games, I think. Especially these early ones. Especially this one where there's not a run. Alright, I need to get that asshole to come down, so I can get that item. I'm off to see a Pokemon collector at the Cape. Why do they call it a cape? Was it named after the clothing, or was there some other reason for it to be called a cape? Oh yeah. Very good matchup for Jazz Cabbage here. Vine Whip isn't really strong, I don't think. Probably got like a base of 30 or something. But it also only has 10 PP, which you would normally ascribe to something with a really high power. Like, usually really strong moves have low PP. Vine Whip is neither strong nor does it have high PP. So, I'm really hoping that we learn another Grass-type move before we actually end up fighting Misty. I know movesets are bad, but maybe we can at least get, like, I don't know, Razor Leaf? Dude, I ran through your team with Jazz Cabbage, and I didn't get one fucking level up. just look up to see when Ivysaur learns another. Or Poison Powder. Okay. Let me just look up when it happens then. Because that'll determine whether or not it's actually a viable thing for me to fucking do. So, 22 Poison Powder. Be easier if I didn't have to keep going back and forth on the one page, and I could just be like, instantly have the page open that I want, but that's not how it works! I have to go down, I have to go back to the Pokédex thing, then click on the Pokemon I want to see, and go down to its moves, and click on the generation I want to see the moves learned at. Okay, Poison Powder 22, Razor Leaf at 30. Okay, we're not getting Razor Leaf before we fight Misty. But we will get rid of Growl for Poison Powder. Just because, like, later on I'm probably going to swap out Poison Powder for Toxic. I don't know if the Toxic and Leech Seed combo is as busted in this gen as it is in later gens, but I would fucking love to see it. I'm a cool guy. I've got a girlfriend. Just having a girlfriend doesn't necessarily make you cool. And not having a girlfriend doesn't make you not cool. I'm still cool. Guess I'm an uncool guy by that standard. Ekans I could probably actually take on with Ichiban, but... Dang it. I was hoping that tea would make me not cough quite so much, but while it does make my throat feel less kind of scratchy, it definitely has not reduced the amount that I'm coughing. Aw, darn. Yeah, if your girlfriend breaks up with you after that performance. I found TM19. What is that one? Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss deals damage based on level, right? It's submission that actually does damage. Anyone actually learn it? Oh, Nidoking and the Boulder can learn it. I'm pretty sure it does damage based on level. Yes, Seismic Toss is level based. Cool! Then I don't care. A lot of TMs in Gen 1 suck, don't they? We got Bide for beating the first gym. Fucking Bide. No one's gonna use fucking Bide on their team. It's a really shitty move. Even if you've got a tanky Pokemon, there are better moves to use. Level-based moves, like, sure, they're useful early on when Pokemon are all gonna be roughly around the same level, and thus have pretty shitty HP, but once you get to higher levels, those moves suck balls. And there's like 3 or 4 of them in this generation, I think. Because I think there's a one for ghost types, too. There's Dragon Rage, which does damage based on level. And there might be one I'm missing, which is why I said 3 or 4. Just to kind of cover my bases. Teaching my Abra Seismic Toss, just so it has an attack, right? Just so you have an attack on it that you can use to help it level up. 100% that's the only reason you're doing it. Am I right? Dragon Rage is 40 damage, and Sonic Boom is 20 damage. Sonic Boom! Okay. So those aren't level-based, those are fixed damage attacks. 40 damage. It's pathetic. I do need something better than Tackle. Nightshade does damage based on level. Okay, that was it. That's the ghost one that I was thinking of. Gonna keep Seismic Toss on my Kadabra. I do find Sandshrew Sprite absolutely adorable. I've always thought Sandshrew was really cute, but this sprite of Sandshrew is somehow even cuter. Though I am a little afraid to see what Sand Slash looks like. I knew I'd lose too. Alright, are you the last one? My friend has a cute Pokemon. I'm so jealous. If she throws out fucking Clefairy, I'm gonna point out that that is a very cute Pokemon as well. Oddish. Okay, Oddish is pretty cute. Oof. Critical hit. Alright, let's see if Quick Attack is stronger. It is, but not by much. If Gust was actually a Flying-type move, like it becomes later on, it would be worth using against this Oddish. But since apparently it's a Normal-type move in this first game, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Hey, level 13 for Beach Bully. We're gonna work on getting you down fast because I don't want you kicking sand in anyone's face. I should actually go through and see what all TMs my team can learn that I have. Did I put any in storage? I should go check. I know I took a potion out of storage in the very beginning of the game, but I don't know if I put anything in storage. I'm not actually going to fight you with this guy. Use Absorb. Probably going to do some decent damage against Desperado. Since... Oh no, okay. Guess it's a grass-type move and not... Whatever. Bug flying would 4 times resist Absorb, so... I'm not so jealous. You came from Mount Moon? May I have a Clefairy? Bitch, you gotta trade for that shit. Alright, there's nobody else over that way. Sea Cottage. Bill lives here. It's snowing here now, apparently. I think it might be snowing here, too, actually. Hiya, I'm a Pokemon. No, I'm not. Call me Bill. I'm a true blue Pokemaniac. Hey, what's with that skeptical look? I'm not joshing you. I screwed up an experiment and got combined with a Pokemon. So how about it? Help me out here? This should be world-changing in the Pokemon world. And it's just, like, never fucking mentioned again in any other game. When I'm in the teleporter, go to my PC and run the cell separation system. Is this the basis of how they make, like, Pokemon fusion work? Like, oh, I fused the man in a Pokemon, so why not fuse 2 Pokemon? Mav initiated the teleport cell separator. OMG twinsies! Yeah, well, last time it was snowing, it blew out a fucking breaker box in a nearby Tudor's Biscuit World and caused the fucking neighborhood to lose power. So, yeehaw! Thanks, bud. I owe you one. So, did you come by to see my Pokemon collection? You didn't? That's a bummer. I've got to thank you. Oh, here, maybe this'll do. Mav received an SS ticket. The cruise ship SS Anne is in Vermilion City. Its passengers are all trainers. They invited me to their party, but I can't stand fancy doos. Fancy doos? Was that supposed to be fancy to-dos? That would have made more sense. Why don't you go instead of me? Can we check his PC for, like, teleporters displayed on the PC monitor? Thought we could, like, check his PC for, like, some rare Pokemon to add to the Pokédex. Isn't that why fucking Eric went there, my rival? You can skip Misty for now, by the way. All you need to do is Bill, in case you want a Meowth. Well, it would be nice to have a Persian and eventually get it to learn Slash for high critical hit damage. But I think that's, like, literally, besides Payday, the only decent attack it gets. And Payday's not actually a decent attack, it just gets me money. You have to leave the house and go back in? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, whenever I think about SS Anne, I always imagine that, just like it did for Ash, it inevitably sinks into the bottom of the ocean. And since we get off it just before it actually takes off, for me, that means that everyone who's on board that ship is going to die. Look, bud, just check out some of my rare Pokemon on my PC. Bill's favorite Pokemon list. Eevee! Flareon. Jolteon! Vaporeon! Now, I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. I'm probably gonna use Jolteon and Vaporeon in later teams. Flareon should be the one I use for this team, but as I've stated before, there's not actually a lot for fire types to do in Gen 1. Like, I can probably get Eevee at Celadon and then immediately evolve it into Flareon just before the Erica fight, assuming it can learn any fire type moves in that brief window. But then after that, there's really nothing else for a fire type to do. And I could also catch Growlithe and or Vulpix, depending on the version. I'm pretty sure they're version exclusive. Ugh. Thank you, your Pokemon are fighting fit. We hope to see you again. Okay, so I got the ability to use Flash outside of battle from beating Brock, so I assume by beating Misty, I get the ability to use Cut. Oh, I need to check my PC, see if I put, like, any of those TMs away. I wasn't sure if, like, maybe they were cluttering up my bag. I should just double check. I guess my PC. Alright. Withdraw? There's nothing stored. Okay, good. So I've got all the TMs on me. So I should see what all I have and what all my team can learn. It contains Bide. Everyone but Ichiban could learn Bide. It's a pretty worthless move, though. Also, I should swap out the boulder. So I'm going to deposit the boulder. Probably get you out again later. Steve Miller. Clinormal. Wayne, that's the Zubat. Jay, that was the Fearow. I was going to name it... I don't even remember what I was going to name it. Just only got it J. Fear, that's Rattata. Beetle. And the boulder. Check out Steve Miller. Uh-oh, Chief. Meowth is a blue exclusive. God damn it. And you can't get it in yellow. God fucking damn it. Exclusive ass bullshit. Water gun. Oh my god. King could learn Water Gun. Probably better to save that for Gyarados, though, just so I have a Water type that can use Water type moves. Thunder Wave. Abra can learn that. Probably wouldn't be a bad thing for an Alakazam to have, either. I don't actually have that many TMs, do I? Well, that just means a little less money from using Payday, so that sucks. Well, I decided to stay playing a bit ago. Gotta go kick Misty in the teeth. The people here were robbed. It's obvious that Team Rocket is behind this most heinous crime. Even our police force has trouble with the Rockets. Team Rocket must be trying to dig their way into no good. Those miserable Rockets. Look what they did here. They stole a TM for teaching Pokemon how to dig holes. That cost me a bundle, it did. Hey, stay out. It's not your yard. Huh? Me? I'm an innocent bystander. Don't you believe me? Well, you immediately challenged me to a fight, so I'm gonna say no. It doesn't seem like something an innocent bystander would do. Oh my god, Machop. Machops and Mankeys with their karate chop. That's gonna be annoying to fight. Okay, it wasn't too bad on Jazz Cabbage. Didn't get a critical. That's fine. The critical probably still wouldn't be too bad to deal with. Jazz Cabbage grew to level 23. Special 46, attack 37. Drowsy. A psychic type. Means Jazz Cabbage would be weak to it. Sadly, I have nothing to counter a psychic type, and I probably never will. Why psychic types are overpowered in the first gen. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Drowsy's doesn't look too different. We'll probably pick up a Drowsy. I don't think it'll be a permanent member of the team, but it will replace Desperado as our confusion user for a while. And I think it can learn Flash, so until I get a permanent Flash user, it'll probably be our Flash user. Sand Attack! Now, fucking Hypnosis. Wake up! Oh no, oh no, oh no! I fucked up, Mav! Oh, what happened? What happened? Did you forget the save or something? Are you not even at the gym anymore? Did you, like, forget the save? Shit! I'm going to worst case scenario. You forgot to save and you've lost all your data. That way, in case it's not that bad. Ichiban did pathetic damage. No, that's gonna hurt. One hit KO! From a 2-level difference. Well, no stab on my Ivysaur. Oh, I accidentally clicked through the level of Scream and learned Poison Powder over Vine Whip, and I hadn't saved a long time. Oh, that's not nearly as bad as the thing I went to, but that still sucks. Especially since I just read that it's not gonna get another Grass-type move until level 30. Oh, that's gonna make Misty a lot tougher for you. I am so sorry. Why Poison Powder? Why not Vine Whip, the thing I just hit you with? Does Disable just pick a random move in first gen? stop. I give up. I'll leave quietly. Disable is random. Okay, I'll return the TM I stole. I better get moving. Bye. That's not the voice I gave him. Right, now to just give this back to its rightful owner. I figure what's lost is lost. I decided to teach Diglett how to dig without a TM. Cool, I'll keep it then. Also, I got to level 22 after beating Misty's Starmie. Oh, so you already beat Misty? So you don't have to worry about that too much. Your main disadvantages, any rock types you might fight between now and then. I suppose you could go back and get a Pikachu once you get cut for any flying types or water types that, well, water types that your Ivysaur would have been able to deal with. Flying types just in general. But yeah, like, there's really not a lot to do against rock types, so if you have to go through, what is it? The cave where you have to use Flash, there's probably a decent number of Geodudes in there that you might have some trouble with if you don't pick up Razor Leaf before then. But, you know what? It's not too far away. Razor Leaf, you get at 30. Next grass move is only 8 levels away. I'll be fine, yeah. Alright, now for me to fight Misty. Cerulean City. A mysterious blue aura surrounds it. Hero can carry. What's up, swimmer? Flash! I'm first up. Let's do this. I'll probably fight the chumps, then go heal real quick. Because Vine Whip only has 10 PP. Horsey! Horsey would be a great Pokemon to use, but I would rather wait until it gets its third form. Although technically, if I used Horsey and got the Seadra, technically I'd only have one use on a Seadra and not on a Kingdra. Fearow will kill all the Geodudes. Doesn't it only have, what, Peck? Shelter! Okay. Shelter's not too far off. It's just the clam portion is not as big as the... Or is a little bigger than the black marble portion. Peck and Fury Attack is all I need. I'm pretty sure Geodudes will resist both of those. I'm just saying. Did you pick up, perhaps, a Nidoran that you can evolve into a Nidoking and teach Water Gun to? So you have something against those rock types. I'm more than good enough for you. Misty can wait. I have an Abra with Seismic Toss, but that deals damage based on level. It's not going to do super effective damage. Goldeen? What the fuck? Oh man, Goldeen's like goddamn unicorn. It actually looks surprisingly more vicious like this than it normally does. Oh shit, it's got Peck! And now it's been perished. Misty gives Bubble Beam TM. Abra can't learn it. Aw. Maybe Kadabra will be able to learn it. You just have to focus down on it. You overwhelmed me! Yeah, now I just gotta go back and heal just so I have full PPs for Misty. I probably would be fine regardless, but 10 PPs, man. It's not a lot to work with. And I don't know how many Pokemon she might be holding. I'm gonna work on the assumption that she's at least got 3, and that it might take me 2 Vine Whips maximum to kill each one, so that'd be 6 Vine Whips. Need to have a full PP for Misty. I'm sure a lot of people did. Guess 2 Pokemon? Hi, you're a new face. Trainers who want to turn pro have to have a policy about Pokemon. What is your approach when you catch Pokemon? My policy is an all-out offensive with water-type Pokemon. I never did go catch that Oddish. But I didn't want to keep Misty waiting for too long, especially since I don't really need the Oddish. Misty wants to fight! Misty sent out Staryu! Go, Jazz Cabbage! I'll tell you a fun fact after you beat her. Okie dokie. Yeah, okay. 2 Vine Whips, but only 2 Pokemon apparently. Starmie! Really? That's it? Staryu and Starmie? That's all she's got? This one will definitely take 2. Possibly 3, depending on what its special stat is. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna take 3. Bitch, you got a Psychic type against a Poison type and you use Tackle? Wow, you're too much. Alright, you can have the Cascade Badge to show you beat me. I got $2,000 for winning. Cascade Badge makes all Pokemon up to level 30 obey. That includes even outsiders. There's more, you can now use Cut anytime. You can cut down small bushes to open new paths. You can also have my favorite TM. TM11, which I guess is Bubble Beam. Fun fact, she doesn't have a Psychic move. Well, I figured that much out. Bubble Beam. Can Nidoking learn it? Yes, he fucking can. Oh my god. Like, you should have caught a Nidoking. Well, you should have caught a Nidoran and then evolved it into a Nidorino and then evolved it into a Nidoking. Then you'd be fine. Even if you gave it Water Gun, you could save Bubble Beam for something else. Pretty sure Bubble Beam is stronger than Water Gun, but I'm not 100% sure about that. A lot of the early water moves have the same, like, oh, I'm barely spraying you with water kind of vibe, and you'd think they all suck, and that they'd all have the same basic power. Low. And it's not until you get to your surfs, and your waterfalls, and your hydro pumps, that you start dealing decent damage. Alright, so I'm guessing I could have caught a Meowth in this general area if I was playing blue, which I guess I will in the next game. Oof, that's a critical hit. I mean, it took a decent chunk off Jazz Cabbage, but that was a critical hit, and it still didn't really do enough to put me on the back. But your best bet is to keep sand attacking me. There we go. Level 25 for Jazz Cabbage. Alright, the daycare man lives down here. You have a computer in here? I run a daycare. Would you like me to raise one of your Pokemon? Come again. He does not have a computer, so if I want to go get one for him to raise, which might not be a bad idea, I have to go back to the Pokemon Center and get it. Cool! Cool, cool, cool. Ugh. Nidoran's exclusive. Could I have caught a female Nidoran? I probably could have. One might just be, like, more rare than the other, maybe. Like, maybe male Nidorans are more common in red, and female Nidorans are more common in blue, but you can catch both, just like with Caterpies and Weedles. They're not exclusive, just one's rare. Okay, so the thing I was saying is correct. So I probably should have went around until I got a female one, but I'll just get a female one in the next game. Alright. Deposit Beach Bully for a little bit. gonna take out Jay. I'm gonna leave Jay with the daycare man. So Jay can learn a few levels while we're doing other shit. Just trade a male Nidoran for a female one in the tunnel. I don't have another one. The only one I have is now a Nidoking. I didn't catch a fucking spare. I'd have to go back and catch one. If I did that, I could just find a Nidoran female. I mean, that might take longer, but... What am I doing? I wanted to give Jay to the daycare man. I assume, since movesets are kind of very limited anyway, there's no possible way for him to fuck up the movesets. And most of these early moves I wouldn't keep anyway. Oh my god. It's still all beat up from where I caught it. Apparently going to the PC doesn't heal my Pokemon immediately, so... Did I find that out last time too? If I did, I'd already forgotten. Alright. Now we'll go get Beach Bully back out. I didn't go catch Oddish. I don't necessarily need an Oddish, but there's something, just like something internally is raging in me for not catching every Pokemon in an area. I'm gonna have to get past that though, because otherwise these games are gonna take much longer than they need to. Imagine. Just gonna put Ichiban in front. If we can get him to 20, then he can become a Gyarados, and that would... Gyarados combined with Nidoking could carry the team for a while. Can only imagine when that day comes, and I'm by your side. Standing in the sun, I can only imagine. Guys, I gotta point this out. I was waiting in the waiting room for my appointment to meet my surgeon for 2 hours. I got there just a little bit before 10. They didn't see me until 12. And the only thing they had fucking playing on their stupid TV was the goddamn Jesus channel. So I had to listen to 2 hours of non-stop praise Jesus songs. I'd be like, it's been 5 years, Mav. I know you can carry a bit, but please, we don't need every Pokemon. Look, I can catch an Oddish here. As long as I don't accidentally kill it this time. And with Ichiban, that's very unlikely. Alright. I'm gonna just put Tackle in first. I feel like they're just trying to figure out how to charge you more money and suffering now. Oh, that's right, Ichiban's a water type. That would be a good reason to not have it fight a grass type. Like, I'm sure that music comforts a lot of people who were there. But for me, 2 hours of Jesus music, it was torture, man. I don't begrudge anyone their belief system. But if you want to comfort people, I feel like Seinfeld could have accomplished that just as easily. Like, they're laughing at Seinfeld, they're not worrying about other stuff so much. I would have asked if we could change it, not gonna lie. What's funny is, I was like one of the first people there. And I did consider it, but other people there got there like around the same time I did, and they seemed to be enjoying it, and I didn't want to be that guy who has to ruin religion for everyone or whatever they say. But then more and more people started showing up, and showing up, and showing up, and showing up. And it's like, okay, well, I've waited too long. I can't change this anymore. There's too many people here, and if I change it now, I'm just an asshole. Yes, I got Oddish. And I was one of the first people there, and by the time I was done with my appointment, I was the last person there. There was no one left after I was done. Which means I would have been free to change the channel, but at that point, I was fucking out of there. At night, it wanders around sowing its seeds. Don't we both, Oddish? One of the things Oddish is known for in the anime, especially once it evolves to Gloom, is its pungent scent. So we're gonna name it Skunk, because it's a smelly plant, and not for any other reason. Hopefully we don't end up fighting any fire types with Skunk. We don't want them sparking up our Skunk. Or any electric types for that matter. We don't want them sparking up our Skunk. Maggie! Definitely gotta catch this one for that karate chop move. That shit's powerful. Alright, first we're gonna stun you, so you're a little easier to catch, plus you're gonna be slower. And you might not attack as often. Now we're gonna slow you down even more. Alright, now we're just gonna use Tackle, because I'm worried Confusion could one-hit KO you. Oof! Tackle might two-hit KO you. Please don't kill it. Fucking goddamn beach bully bitch! Okay, let's try that again. Oh, can't fucking believe it. I mean, I know it was only level 10. You better be higher than fucking 10. 12, okay. Maybe I should have just swapped back to Ichiban and made him tackle. His tackles would have been probably pathetic. Right, Stun Spore. I mean, I probably could have tried when it was at half, but... String Shot. Alright, let's see how much Gust does to a level 12 instead of using Desperado's Tackle. Actually, let's give you a Sand Attack real quick. Alright. This does at least half your HP. Oh my god. Okay, I'm Sand Attacking you 2 more times, then I'm switching to Ichiban and having him tackle you. Yankees must have pathetic defense, man. And, like, I get that it's a lower-leveled Mankey, but... Okay, good. Oof. I was worried I got a critical and KO'd it there. I don't have a lot of Pokeballs to waste. After this, I should probably go buy some, though. There we go. Got that Mankey. Alright. What do we name this Mankey? The Pig Monkey. Extremely quick to anger. It could be docile one moment, then thrashing away the next instant. Alright. What do we name Mankey? What do we name this darn Mankey? Darn Mankey. We could name it Danky. No. Right, when Mankey evolves, it becomes Prime Ape. Which is funny, because it's Prime Ape, and also sounds like Primate. How about... No, I don't think I have enough letters. Gonna name it Amazon Monkey, but like M-O-N-K-E. We'll just name it Amazon. We'll assume this Mankey is female. Not like any of the Pokemon are fucking gendered, except for Nidoking and Nidoqueen's lines. Right, this should take us to Saffron, but... I'm on guard duty! Gee, I'm thirsty, though. Oh, wait there, the road's closed. Oh, okay. That's why we didn't get there. What is this one again? Underground Pass, Cerulean City to Vermilion City. So we skipped right over Saffron. Okay, that's why we don't get to Saffron first. Alright, let's just heal up real quick, because I don't remember how much space between that fucking thing and Vermilion City there is. I don't know how many battles I might have to fight. I don't think there are any wild Pokemon in that underground part, but there might be trainers in whatever distance between the exit to that thing and Vermilion City. Can't do anything here until I learn Cut, right? Yep. Can't do anything until I learn Cut. Now the question is, when we get to Vermilion, will it have a yellow palette because it's the Electric-type gym? Or do they, like, give that kind of blue tint to all the towns? That way when the color changes, you actually know when you're in a town. I just caught a Doug trio and named him Doug Freya. Nidoran male. Trade it for Nidoran female. Okay, yeah. There's that. Doug Freya. Sure there's a pun there that I'm not noticing. I'm definitely gonna catch a Doug trio. If I'm lucky enough to find a Doug trio, I'll definitely catch a Diglett either way. Fresh. Oh, Dougie Fresh. Oh, that's much better. One-time autocorrect doesn't help. I had a similar experience of that earlier today. They're level 31? Holy shit, you got lucky. I mean, I know Doug trios can spawn in the Diglett cave, but, like, they're supposed to be pretty rare. And I didn't know they could spawn that high leveled. And considering you have, like, what? 2 Pokemon? 3 Pokemon? It must have trashed a lot of your team before you managed to catch it. That's gotta carry you for the game. Usually there's a lot of stuff in these caves, so I'm just checking each individual tile. Although I don't know if that's actually a thing yet. Like, usually they'll say, people drop a lot of stuff in these dark tunnels. And you can usually find items down here. But maybe that's not a thing, or maybe they don't show up until I get the item finder. Like, they probably already know Dig, which will get you through Lieutenant Surge easy. Dig only goes up to 22. If you have a level 23 Pokemon, you can use a Repel to guarantee Doug Trio. Oh! Neat! People often lose things in that underground... Yeah, see what I said? But I didn't find any items, so maybe it doesn't show up until I get Item Finder. Alright, grass... and trainers. Okay, they're looking at each other, not me. You I'm gonna have to fight, though. Alright, Ichiban. See if you can actually manage to fight someone. I've never seen you around. Are you good? Bug catcher. Butterfree. So it's probably gonna have confusion. Oh my god! Ichiban! Oh my god. He's finally got a move, but it does such pathetic damage. No, wait. If I switch to that one, switch to Brussel, he's actually weak to confusion. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swap the Beach Bully, and I'm gonna Sand Attack. And maybe, just maybe, I'll get him low enough so he can't hit any attacks, unless he one-hit KOs Beach Bully. Well, he two-hit KO'd Beach Bully, but Beach Bully got paralyzed, so he didn't get to do jack shit, so... How about I fucking paralyze you? Do the powders not work on fellow bug types, or did we just both happen to miss? I got an X special in the tunnel. I don't use a lot of those, to be perfectly honest, so... I mean, I probably should. Ah! Bash! You must be in the chat. Hey! And you resubscribe! You only need 10 Pokemon in the Dex in order to get Flash, by the way. That's good to know. And I'm pretty sure I've got 10 by now. Thank you for the squeal, and then thank you for the resubscribe. I hope you're feeling okay right now, Vash. Tomorrow we start up that Atelier game, but you don't have to be there if you're not feeling up to it. Love you all. Thank you. Ah! Raven, thank you for that. I thought that was Vash again for a second until I saw whose name was on the alert. Okay, no. So the powders can work, we just both happen to miss. I'm okay, I'm excited. We'll be there till I do karaoke at 9. Okay, that's not too bad. He'll be there for like the first, well, maybe first 2 hours. I don't know if he'll be there like immediately. God damn this Butterfree. God damn you, as long as I can paralyze his ass. Good, okay, paralyzed, then I'm good. Fucking... This is all because I wanted to level up Ichiban. Might as well not even have bothered. Lurk, you get a nap now. Aw. Thank you for stopping by and resubscribing, Vash. Love you. Have a great nap. Might tune in for a bit. Probably gonna start playing Library of Runia tomorrow. Sounds fun. Ah, that did a lot. Ah, of course it fucking did. I didn't get a single fan attack off either, so Beach Bully was useless. Oh my god. This one fucking Butterfree. This one fucking Butterfree wiped out most of my team because I was trying to get not Jazz Cabbage, trying to get Ichiban a fucking level. Okay. Sorry, Ichiban. We're gonna just put Jazz Cabbage in the front so I can take out these two, because I don't feel like going all the way back to Cerulean to heal. Going in mostly blind, all I know is that there's a place called Love Town and we don't talk about it. I'm also mostly going in blind to the game I'll be starting tomorrow. I played the first, like, 3 to 5 minutes, and that's about all the information I have. Like, right up until the first battle or whatever happened. I just wanted to be sure it would run smoothly on my PC before I streamed it. Evie Dreamy just tipped $10. Aw, thank you for the $10. That puts us at $100, which is our first milestone. So now we have to set up a karaoke stream somewhere down the road. Possibly wait until my throat heals up a bit and I'm not all coffee. Coffee. Not till cough recover. But that's our first milestone as a karaoke stream, homies, and we finally hit it thanks to... Hold on, I gotta scroll up to see that name again. Eepy Dreepy. Dreepy's not even in this game. Dreepy won't even be until Pokemon Sword and Shield, which we won't be playing in Project Pokémon. Damn Eepy Dreepy. Did you know Dreepy is the name of a Pokemon? Is that why you picked that, or did you just pick something that rhymes with yes? Okay. Oh, thank you so much for getting us to 100, Vash. That puts us 3% of our way to our goal. Well, 3.3333333333333333, but you get it. Oh, you fucking asshole. Using Sand Attack on me like a dick. Dude, I don't know if Jazz Cabbage can get me through the next fight by himself, and all I've got is Ichiban and Steve Miller, who are both functionally useless. Okay. We're gonna risk it to get the biscuit. I do not feel like going all the way back to Cerulean to heal up. Thank you for that quote. Huh? You want to talk to me? No, I didn't actually want to talk to you. I wanted to avoid you like the goddamn plague, but you were facing this direction, and I had no choice. So, go fuck yourself. Why the hell would I want to talk to you when ignoring you would have been an option? Trust me, if it had been, ignoring you would have been at the top of my list of options to choose. Goddamn Raticate. Okay, it wasted a turn on Tail Whip instead of Hyper Fang, so we actually have a chance. Fuck! Okay, didn't do too much. I was worried because of the previous thing got a Leer off to lower my defense. I didn't start it. Yes, you fucking did. Yep, yellow. Haha, I was right. Yellow palette because it's the electric gym. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't pay attention to what the palette was in, Pewter City. I did notice that it changed to blue when we got to Cerulean, and now it's yellow and Vermilion. Cerulean being the water-type gym, Vermilion being the electric-type gym. So I'm assuming it's gonna do that for every town going forward. We're careful about pollution. We've heard Grimer multiplies in toxic sludge. I mean, Grimer is toxic sludge, so that makes sense. Did you see SSN more than the harbor? Well, I haven't made it that far down yet. But I'm pretty sure we have to beat SSN before we can fight the gym, because I'm pretty sure that we get cut from the SSN, and there's a tree blocking the gym that needs to be cut. Yes, in fact, that is the case. Seal. It's a seal. Pokemon Fan Club. All Pokemon fans welcome. I just love my seal. It squeals when I hug it. Does it go, aww? I chair the Pokemon Fan Club. I've collected over 100 Pokemon. I'm very fussy when it comes to Pokemon. So, did you come visit to hear about my Pokemon? Sure. Good, then listen up. My favorite Rapidash. It, cute, lovely, smart, plus amazing. You think so? Oh yes, it, stunning, kindly, love it. Hug it when sleeping, warm and cuddly, spectacular, ravishing. Oops, look at the time. I kept you too long. Thanks for hearing me out. I want you to have this. A bike voucher. I can go get a bike. Exchange that for a bicycle. Don't worry, my Fearow will fly me anywhere. So I don't need a bicycle. I hope you like cycling. He has 100 Pokemon, and I wonder how many of them are Zubat. Pikachu! That's a Clefairy. Pikachu! That's a Clefairy sprite. My Pikachu is quite as cute, twice as cute as that one. What one? There's no other Pikachu in this room. That would have made sense if I had a Pikachu, but I don't. Our chairman is very vocal about Pokemon. That's a parrot. Someone brags, brag right back. Like, it's probably hard to tell, but that's straight up a fucking parrot going, Caw! God damn it. See, now I can go back to Cerulean and go get my bicycle. And since I'm healed up, I can walk through the grass to see what we can catch here. Anything new? Oh god, it's a Pidgey! No! It's fine. It's fine, we'll just take it out. Oh no! I would have been so scared if that had been a flying move. But it's not, so I'm not. Alright, anything besides Pidgey? Oddish, which I already have. Oh, I just noticed that they don't have a little Pokeball to indicate that you've caught it. Damn, does that not get added till Gen 2? That's... like, so much stuff that gets added in Gen 2 becomes, like, standard operating procedure, man. I do think that, as a Pokemon fan, it's important that I come back and play these original games at some point in my life. That point being today. And a couple other days throughout the coming weeks. But it's so weird knowing what I know now compared to what came before. Oh, excuse me. Alright. So, we're probably not going to fight Lieutenant Surge tonight. We'll definitely be able to catch a Diglett. And maybe a Drowsy too. I don't know how far we'll get to the SS Anne. If I'm lucky, and I don't worry too much about leveling up shit, which obviously I'm going to because it's me. I at least want Ichiban to evolve so I can have fucking Water Gun on Gyarados. Because until we get the goddamn fishing rods, our selection of Water-type Pokemon is slim. Unless I can find a goddamn Psyduck or something in one of these grassy areas. Most of the good water types will be caught using a fishing rod. Grass and caves handled easily. Bike shop. God, I need this bike. Oh, that's a bike voucher. Here, okay, here you go. I exchanged the bike voucher for a bicycle. Alright. Nope, there was no way to hotkey it, so I'm gonna have to go through the fucking thing and activate it every time I want to turn it on. That's going to make it ever so slightly less useful. Because I'm gonna go in this building, and I'm off the bike. And I can go out the building, and I'll be on the bike again. But if I go down that tunnel, and I get off the bike, I'm gonna be mad. And I'm off the bike. Can I at least get on the bike down here? Cool. That's gonna be annoying to have to go to every time, but beats slowly walking everywhere, I guess. Just move the bike in your bag to the top. I mean, it's already saved on the bike spot, man. Like, that's a good idea, and I'll probably do it eventually. But, like, at the moment, that's not what the issue is. It's having to go to the bag at all. Pokefan Club. Okay, that's where we got the bike voucher from. There's the gym. We can't get to it because there's a tree that needs to be cut. And make sure there's nothing to do. Hi, do you have a Spearow? Want to trade it from a Farfetch'd? I do have a Spearow. It's just not with me at the moment. Farfetch'd, you say? There are evil people who use Pokemon for criminal acts. Team Rocket traffics some rare Pokemon. And why do they keep using poison types? It's the most common type in Gen 1! I love ducks. They also abandon Pokemon they consider not to be popular or useful. I think Pokemon can be good or evil. It depends on the trainer. Ducks like Psyducks and Golducks. Pokeball Super Potions now I can buy, but I can't buy Great Balls yet. I don't know if I have a Repel. I'm gonna buy one. See if I can get me that Dugtrio. Use that same trick that you used. I'm gonna need a few Paralysis Heals, most likely for Lieutenant Surge. I'll buy 2 of these, because they're expensive as shit right now. I'm gonna buy 10 Pokeballs. That should bring me to what, 15? Maybe 14? Okay. Okay. I want Ichiban to evolve, and I have to start training his ass. Experience level up to 16, 411. 411! Yay! Dux is the nickname of the Farfetch'd. Oh, okay. That makes sense. You did want me to use a Farfetch'd, but like, gotta be honest, of all the flying type options I have available, Farfetch'd is probably the worst. Of course it's an Oddish, so... I would have Absorb. Means I gotta switch out Ichiban. There's a couple other trainers up here. Farfetch'd isn't even really a duck, is it? Another Oddish! Farfetch'd best stat is 65 and it's an attack. Dude, that's pathetic! That's so bad! Its best stat is 65? That's really not good. Oh look, Brussel got a level up. Now how about fucking Ichiban? Who's there? Quit listening in on us. Double battles aren't a thing yet, but when they are, I think this might become a double battle later in, like, Gen 3. Against these two. It's Squirtle! Oh my god, it's a Squirtle! It's level 20. Alright, let's just see how much Tackle does. Meanwhile, Water Gun, which is not very effective, wipes out almost half of Ichiban's fucking bar. So, bring in the Jazz Cabbage. Makes everything better. Any bad situation can be made better through a little jazz cabbage. I just can't win. There are like a handful of trainers out there who use like the first form starters against you just so they're like in your Pokédex no matter which one you pick, right? Farfetch'd has a 60 in speed. Which means it's not that fast either, really. Excuse me, this is a private conversation. It doesn't hit hard, and it's not that fast. Like, tell me about its positive traits, why don't you? Ooh. Critical hit, but yeah, that was still a... Damn. You know, if I had, like, infinite potions, I could definitely have Ichiban beat this fucking thing. But I don't have infinite goddamn potions. First, we'll sand attack you, because I didn't want Hyper Fang to be a reality that I had to live through, and I had to one-hit KO! Goddamn Hyper Fang bullshit! My Farfetch would pierce the heavens, but he shall rise to the challenge in blue version. But Hyper Fang. So you're saying you're not using it for this playthrough? Swords Dance at level 23 on him? Yeah, but like, with a stat of 65, you'd have to Swords Dance twice for him to put out some decent damage. Oh god, it's Pikachu. Definitely not having Ichiban fight this bitch. He gets Slash. Well, that's some decent critical hit rate, but that's, if I recall correctly, in this game at least, calculated a little bit on speed, so... You probably have a lower critical hit rate than a lot of other things that have Slash would. I do agree that 2 Swords Dances and Slash would be a decent setup. But with a 65 attack stat, it's still kind of pathetic. And you're going to be outsped by a lot of Pokemon. Swords Dance into the heavens and Slash to the beyond. If you could find a way to set up Swords Dance, like, for the full amount, I bet you could one-hit KO everything. But that would take a lot of setup, which, on a Farfetch'd, it's fucking frail as shit. It's not gonna get a lot of opportunities to actually set up anything. I'll use him in Fire Red too, watch me. I don't doubt you will. I'm just questioning your sanity for wanting to. Alright, come on. Ichiban should be able to fight this thing, right? Kinda sad that I'm having to resort to fighting a goddamn Weedle to get Ichiban an actual fight it can win. Hey, a critical hit! He got a string shot off and I'm still outspeeding him, which says a lot for how slow a Weedle is. In the Gen 3 remakes, he comes equipped with the stick. That does increase his critical hit rate, but it doesn't improve his pathetic stats. Look, you want to use a Farfetch when it gets the evolution Surfetched? You be my fucking guest, then I'll praise you for it. I just question your sanity for wanting to use a Farfetch'd in Gen 1. when its stats are pathetic. Okay, I was gonna say, that was a lot more damage than the fucking Weedle. That must have been a critical. Farfetch'd Gen 1 or Riot. Look, you use it. I'm not gonna. There are a lot better flying options. I know I need a flyer for fly, but there are other better options. Alright, let's go ahead and use this potion on you, Ichiban. Why I've got them. I did pick up super potions, so I can afford to use the not super potions against, you know, lesser enemies. And this is a trainer battle, so it makes sense to heal for one of these. If it was a wild battle, it'd be kind of pathetic to heal for it. I don't expect Ichiban to get a level up through this battle, but it will be nice if Ichiban gets through the entire battle, beating all the enemies. Ah, it finally poisoned me. You got through a long time without getting poisoned. Alright, cool. Yeah, okay, so will help to have the fucking bicycle close to the top at least. I don't want the town map to be too far down the list. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... Ichiban fainted. I must have miscounted. I thought he had 13 steps before I lost him. Okay. We got about 20-ish minutes left. So I want to go catch a Diglett. I also like to go catch a Drowsy if I can. If I'm in like in the place where I can do that. RIP. In Gen 3, I can only get him up to a 33% critical chance without items. Ha! Notice! Route 12 may be blocked off by a sleeping Pokemon. Detour through Rock Tunnel to Lavender Town. Vermilion Police. Okay, Rock Tunnel. That's probably where we need Flash at. Diglett's Cave. We're gonna save before we go in there. I want to catch a Diglett. But then I'd like to, once I have Diglett, and it's registered in the Pokédex, I'd like to use that Repel to try and get a Dugtrio. What a surprise! Diglett's dig this long tunnel and goes right to Viridian City. Obviously, we're gonna switch to Jazz Cabbage. Diglett! Level 15. Hold on, I just need to know what the average level is for Diglett in this cave, because I'd like to catch one on the higher end of the spectrum. Also, I need to see its moveset to know when it learns Dig, because, I mean, I'm gonna get a... Well, actually, if I catch a Dugtrio and it's at level 31, and it won't obey me, because only up to level 30 will obey me right now, won't they? Unless that's only for traded Pokemon. Don't remember. Diglett goes up to level 22. Okay, so this is on the lower end of the spectrum. So it might be better to not catch this Diglett right away. But I need to check its moveset regardless so I can figure out when it learns Dig. It would be great if I could have one that already knows Dig so I don't have to do any extra training for it. Because I'll definitely want that. Okay, first it evolves at level 26. That level restrictions only for trades, I believe. I think so, too, but I'm not 100% on that. Because I think, like, in the anime, didn't they try and demonstrate how that can work with Charmeleon? Like, it stopped listening to Ash because it was too strong for him? I don't want to run the risk, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Generation 1. Scratch and Growl at level 15. Scratch at level 1, Growl at 15. So this thing has Scratch and Growl. Does not get Dig until 19, so at the very least, I want to wait until I find a Diglett at level 19. That way I don't have to grind it for Dig. Alright, so I'm just going to wipe this one out. And wait for a stronger Diglett. Fact check myself and I'm right. It's only the trades. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll still catch a Dugtrio then. But I still want a strong Diglett. That way I don't have to grind for it. 17. Not quite. Better, but not quite. Dugtrio has Scratch, Growl, Dig, and one other move. I think Sand Attack. Hold on. Scratch, Growl, Dig. Sand Attack is the next thing it gets at 24. I assume a Dugtrio at 31 will already have this move as well. Because it doesn't evolve until 26. So it would get that move as a Diglett at 24. At 31, it also gets Slash. And at 40, it gets Earthquake. If it still has Scratch and it doesn't have Slash yet, you might have screwed yourself over with too strong a Dugtrio. Might have wanted to catch a level 31, because if it's 31 already, and it doesn't have Slash, you're gonna have to make it remember Slash. Slash at 35 and 47 for Earthquake. Huh, the thing I'm checking says... Generation 1, level... Oh, this is just for Diglett, not for Dugtrio. Okay, that makes sense. Ah, there we go, there's a 19. You're looking at Diglett. Yeah, I was looking at Diglett. I realized that as soon as I re-looked. It's like, why does it say that? Oh, right, I'm on Diglett. And Pokemon learn moves faster if you don't let them evolve immediately. Okay, as long as I don't get a critical. Oh, that'll help a little bit. Alright, it's not in the red. We can swap the Desperado and stun it. Digletts are pretty fast. Slash can probably do really good critical damage. That's one of the main reasons I was considering putting one on my permanent team. Ah, god damn it. It's a flying... I'm using a flying type, asshole. Oh, it didn't affect Diglett. Well... Okay. I wanted to slow it down in case it tried Dig again. There we go. Risk a tackle? If I do, I'd risk it from Ichiban, whose tackle would be pathetic. Alright, now it's in the red. Honestly, that would just make it safer for you to hit you with another tackle, but I'm not going to. Got one rare candy. Boy. I definitely want to use the rare candies I get. The question is, what do I use them on? Probably use it on Ichiban as soon as he gets to level 19 just to get him straight to 20. Or I could wait until, my Jazz Cabbage is like one level away from evolving and use it on them. Lives about 1 yard underground, where it feeds on plant roots. It sometimes appears above ground. Sell it for 4.9k. Damn, Dugtrio can only learn Cut in yellow version. No, I'm probably gonna use the rare candies. As valuable as the extra money might be, it's much more of a time saver to gain levels. Ichiban's not going to be my main water user, so using it on him would probably not be the best move. So it'd probably be best to wait and use it on someone who's going to be in my team permanently. So, like, either to help get that last level before Ivysaur evolves, which I should triple check, because you said 32 or 36 for Gen 1 Pokemon, and I should learn which one is which. Ivysaur. Ivysaur evolves at 32. Good. So at 31, I can use that candy and get it straight into Venusaur. Charmeleon. Not using Charmeleon for a while. 36. And Wartortle. Also 36. So Bulbasaur evolves the fastest. No cut. Alright, okay, we're gonna save. I'm gonna use that repel to see if we can get a Dugtrio. That's gonna be a powerhouse for us. If we can get it level 31, hell, even if it's just like in the high 20s, that's still gonna be really strong. Does that dig? No, that's still Bide. Bubble Beam. Where's Dig? This Dig? There's Dig. Who all can learn Dig? Literally no one. Not even Nidoking, who is a ground type, can learn this ground type move. I found a mixed drink I want to make. It's called the Slow Comfy Screw. Oh, you want to let Kitty know about that. They like mixology or whatever it's called. God damn it, I didn't use the repel yet. Oh, level 21? After I just caught a 19? You give me a level 21? That is bullshit. I call bullshit. It's fine. We're gonna catch a Dugtrio, and that's the one we're gonna use. Alright, I'm gonna save again. I mean, I probably don't need to, but I just fought a battle, so I feel like I have to. Alright, now, I gotta use that repel. Probably down towards the bottom. I got distracted looking at Dig, and I forgot to actually use the repel. Alright, Dugtrio, Dugtrio, wherefore art thou, Dugtrio? There we go. There's that motherfucker. It's 3 fucking Diglets, and they're all angry. Okay, only 29, but that's okay. That makes it higher than Jazz Cabbage. Oof! It makes it faster than Jazz Cabbage. Alright, we're gonna swap to Desperado so we can avoid this damage, because Poison is weak to ground. We're gonna stun that motherfucker if we can. Oh, it didn't affect. Oh, that's gonna hit hard. Please don't KO. Woof! Okay, good. We got the paralysis. Now, let's see if we can get a string shot in to lower that speed even more. Because that's a fast motherfucker. It's like a screwdriver, but with whiskey and gin as well. Ooh. I don't do a lot of drinking. But Kitty might find that very interesting. Also, if you ever watch How to Drink, I'd be happy to share some videos with you. Because, like I said, I don't drink. But I do like to watch Greg from How to Drink do up, like, fun cocktails. And occasionally, they actually raid out into a streamer who does do drinks. Cameron from Cameron with an X. Alright, can we get another string shot? That's 3 string shots. And 4 string shots. That should, like, cripple this fucker's speed. Now, let's bring out Beach Bully and give a bunch of sand attacks. We're just trying to set this up as safely as possible. Ow! Never mind that. I'm a recovered alcoholic, and I've been for about 5 or 6 years. I really drink these days. That's very fair. That's very fair. Alright, Steve Miller's not gonna do jack shit. Alright, we'll just tackle him with Ichiban for a while, and hell, Ichiban inevitably dies. That was a critical hit. Oh my god, Ichiban did not get one hit KO'd. I mean, he probably would have if he'd got hit with a critical, but... Ah, shit. Motherfucker's got sand attack. Guess what, dumbass? I'm prepared! Alright, I'm gonna try one confusion. Please don't kill it. Oh my god, that did jack shit. Well, confusion is based on special, not attack, so Growl's not doing much to lower. And there goes Desperado. I have no more flying types to switch to. Do I have a revive? I mean, even if I did, that'd still use up my turn, so... Just catch him, 5-head. I need to make sure I don't waste Pokeballs, so I gotta get him as low as possible. Sorry, Steve Miller, you're going in for the sacrifice. Yeah. Just believe in yourself and throw the ball. I've never been good at baseball, so that analogy means nothing to me. Wait, have you been running back to Poke Centers? A little bit. Alright, we're gonna try one tackle. One tackle. Alright, we're gonna try one more tackle because he growled at us. There we go, now he's in the red. My brother in Crust, you have an Abra with teleport. Yeah, but that only gets me, like, out of dungeons, right? I'm pretty sure that only works in dungeons. I suppose I could be wrong, but... It takes you to the last Poke Center you visited. In Gen 1. Oh, does it not just escape you from a dungeon? Ah, the Pokemon broke free. Okay, I bought extra Pokeballs. Yeah! Got him, motherfucker! New Pokedex data will be added for Doug Trio. And this member is going to be probably a permanent member of the team. A team of Diglett triplets. It triggers huge earthquakes by burrowing 60 miles underground. Alright, we need a good name for this one. Well, I can use teleport as soon as I'm done catching this asshole, then. Name him Asshole, but we should try and be at least PG with the names. So how about I just name him Punk? Not a V. Because he was a punk to catch. Dig escapes you from caves. I thought both did those things. Can't use teleport right now. Well, I guess he can't use it while he's unconscious, so... Repel's effect wore off. Well, I didn't need it anymore. Or in a cave. Well, then what good is it? When I need to go back to a Poke Center is when I'd be in, like, a cave or something. If I'm in a field, then there's probably a Poke Center nearby. When I really need it is to get out quickly when I'm in a cave. Alright, so we got Doug Trio. In fact, we should probably go put him on the team. I think we'll replace Nidoking with him. Dig that I get tased, teleport to go back. Oh, I didn't have dig at the moment, did I? Alright. Sorry, Brussel. You were our first fully evolved Pokemon that was not a bug type. There's Punk. Alright. Yep, gotta heal him. I was like, I still need to heal him, right? Because they don't get automatically healed in the PC anymore. Or rather, they don't get healed in the PC in the first game. Okay. Now, I'd like to also catch a Drowsy. Pretty sure Drowsy can learn Flash. And I need someone who can learn Flash. The only other one I can think of this early that can learn it is Pikachu, and I did not catch a Pikachu. And I won't have the chance to go back and get one until after I get cut. Alright, so I'm gonna save, that way I got my Dugtrio. Only starts healing in the PC in Gen 3, I believe. Man. I'm not gonna fight any of these trainers just yet. Oh look, an Ekans! It probably learns, what, Poison, Sting, and Wrap, and that's probably it. Maybe it gets Bite after it evolves. If I went another 6 hours, which is double the amount of time I currently have, I could probably get to the end of SS Anne by tonight. But I didn't intend to go 6 hours last week, so... You know that Ekans spelled backwards is snake? Yes, I did know that. And Arbok spelled backwards is cobra. That's like the first trivia anyone learns about Pokemon. Come on! I'm pretty sure I can catch a Drowsy here, so stop being Ekans and be Drowsy instead. It's probably like the most pathetic Psychic type in the game, but it's still a Psychic type in a gen where Psychic types are overpowered. I don't think it's gonna be like my main... like a main member of my team if I keep a Psychic type. What about Muck? Muck isn't a snake. God damn it. I'll Spearow. I'm, like, fairly confident that I can find a Drowsy out here. I guess it's just kind of rare. What about Muck spelled backwards? But it's still not a snake. So, why does that matter? Drowsy can only be caught on Route 11. Fuck am I then? Not the bicycle. Although that will make this a little better. I'm on Route 11! Fuck you talking about? I'm on Route 11! Oh man, I'd like to get a better move than Tackle on Jazz Cabbage eventually. The only place he can be caught, and it's not version exclusive. Well, I'm here, and I'm going to catch one, because I'm fairly certain he can learn Flash. And even if he's, like, the weakest Psychic type in the game, he'll still be a Psychic type, which is an overpowered type. Just rare. Okay. Well, we'll go a little long until I catch Drowsy, then. We're not gonna go 3 hours long like I did last week, but we'll go long enough for me to catch a fucking Drowsy. Man, same. I love having only tackle as an offensive move on my Ivysaur. Yeah, well, thankfully I didn't get rid of my Vine Whip. It doesn't have enough PP to make it a main move to fucking use. Oh my god, it's Fury Attack! He was so furious! Like, moves like that, they thought they were good, right? There's no other way to defend them even existing other than that they thought that they were good. They just, like, probably didn't do enough testing of their own game on the first one. Oh, all this looking for a Drowsy is at least decent experience farming for Jazz Cabbage. He evolves at 32. Yeah, he's at 27. That's only 5 levels away. We won't hit that tonight, but it's entirely possible that we could get Venusaur on the next stream. Fucking A! Drowsy! Fury Attack is great! Multi-hit moves really don't become great until you get access to stuff like Skill Link, which guarantees 5 hits. Okay. It's only level 9?! What the fuck?! Hold on. Before I get all upset, I should make sure I know what the level range is for it. Because if it's like 9 to 15, I'm literally considering waiting until I find something that's like around 15 and not 9, because 9's gonna require a lot of fucking grinding for levels. Alright, what level does it evolve? 26. That's not bad. Not at this point in the game. Alright, now I'm gonna go... About 11, so I can see its range of levels. Pidgeotto, apparently Pidgeotto, but only a 10% chance. Rattata, Raticate, Spearow, and Ekans, those are the ones I've been running into, 35 and 40, respectively. That makes sense. I've not run into a Rattata, even though it has 30. I've not run into a Pidgey, even though it has 35. Oh, wait, okay, Pidgeotto, those are only in yellow. Spearow, Ekans. Oh, Ekans is not in blue. Apparently it's version exclusive, so what's... Sandshrew. Sandshrew for blue. Ekans and Sandshrew? Those are the version exclusives? I know which one's better than the other. Okay, Drowsy. Levels 9, 11, 13, and 15. Motherfucker. The lowest level it could possibly be. I'm sorry. I'm not catching this Drowsy. I'd rather catch a level 11. I'd prefer the 15, but I'm not catching a level goddamn 9. Right? I don't have the time, energy, or gummy bears to level that bitch up. I'm just gonna go rest real quick to get back all my PP and health. I should have probably just used teleport, but not used to it taking me back to a Pokemon Center. So, we'll try and find a slightly stronger one. I will literally settle for anything that's not level 9. Can we at least get into double digits with the Drowsy? Please. Please. Well, I gotta go, just gotta work, so I gotta drive home. Take care. Chances are, unless I get really unlucky, I'll be done with the Drowsy hunt before you get back. This might not be a bad place to, at least if it has confusion already, grind a Drowsy, since there's a lot of Ekans here, which are poison types. If it doesn't have confusion, that's going to be a fucking hassle. So I suppose I should look up and see what level it gets confusion at. 'Cause I don't want to grind for confusion. Because that might help decide what level I actually catch this bitch at. Confusion at 17, so even if I find the highest leveled one at 15, it's not gonna know Confusion off the bat. Which sucks, but at least it means I don't have to worry about getting hit with Confusion, so... Swings and roundabouts. Good night, Mav. Stay cute. Well, I don't know if I can do that, because I'd have to be cute to stay cute first. Like, I can't stay something I'm not already. But thank you for stopping by. I just don't want a level 9 Drowsy, okay? I don't want a fucking project that I have to invest that much time into. It's not gonna be a permanent member of my team. I'm literally getting it for Confusion and Flash. Bitch, you totes adorbs. I think I understood the word bitch. I hear that a lot. But totes and adorbs, those don't sound like words. They sound like you tried to say words, but then stopped halfway through. That reminds me of a Mitch Hedberg joke. I don't know if people are still familiar with Mitch Hedberg nowadays, but he was a fucking brilliant comedian with a very kind of weird sense of humor, but it was really funny. At least I thought so. He had a joke about, how do you abbreviate Arkansas? And then the punchline was, I don't know, just start spelling it and then stop. You're so fetch. Stop trying to make fetch a thing, alright? It's never gonna happen. God, I love Mitch Hedberg. Like, oh, the escalator bit. I like escalators because they can't break down. They can only become stairs. Don't be level 9. Fuck you, drowsy ass bastard. Not catching you. Come on, you can get up to 15 and you're level 9. That's a 6 level difference. I don't necessarily need a 15. I just need higher than a 9. I'm not catching a 9. I want to catch drowsy, but I can't catch a 9, man. I suppose I could put, like, Beach Bully in front and use a repel. I'd have to go buy one. But that doesn't necessarily guarantee that I'd fight a drowsy, unless Ekans and Firo can't get that high level. I should go double check the route again to see. Hold on while I'm on. Confusion at 17. Headbutt at level 24. Not great because its attack stat isn't really high, but it's a decent attacking move. It just isn't decent on this Pokemon. Psychic at 32. Meditate at 37. Let me confirm that it can learn Flash, which is the entire reason I'm trying to catch it. Yes, it can. Okay, good. 100% the reason I was catching it was for Confusion and Flash. Route 11. If the Pokemon you can catch here. 13, 15, and 17 for Spearow. 12, and then 14 through 15 for Ekans. So, yeah, that still wouldn't work. I'd still have a very high chance of running into Ekans and Spearow. Oh, please be a high level. Or at least higher than 9. Fuck it, I'll take it. I would have preferred 13, and I would have preferred 15, but I will fucking take 11, because it's a double-digit number. Alright, first things first. You're fairly low leveled, so we don't want to hit you too hard. We're gonna sand attack you, that way we don't have to worry about you hitting us while we're trying to catch you. Ooh, Hypnosis, that'll be useful for catching Pokemon, too. I think, Sweep gives you a better catch accuracy bonus than Paralysis does. Just until I can't sand attack you no more. Alright. Now let's use a gust and see what happens. Woo! Okay, that was a critical hit, so it's not too bad. As long as I don't get another critical hit. Please don't get another critical hit, Beach Bully. Oh god, you got another critical hit, but you did not kill him, so we're good. Now we'll swap out to Desperado, paralyze him, and then we'll catch him. And we're gonna swap out Steve Miller for this Drowsy. We don't have teleport anymore, but I wasn't using it anyway. There we go, we got the Drowsy. Drowsy, which is based on a taper, eventually evolves into Hypno. Specifically, Drowsy is based on the Japanese, it's like a mythical creature that, like, eats bad dreams. You're still in a dream, Snake Eater. I gotta look up what that is now, because I want that to be this Drowsy's name. It's like a mythical creature that looks like a taper that eats bad dreams, and it's not even the last time they'll do it for Pokemon. Japanese mythical taper dreams. I'm just gonna type that and hope it brings me the correct thing. The Baku. Okay. We're gonna name it Baku. Bakugo! Alright, easy peasy. Now we need to level that bastard up. I'm debating whether or not I want to try leveling Pokemon up off stream. I don't know if that's allowed or not. It's my rules, so honestly, I get to decide, but I don't know. Leveling up something from 11 to 17 just so I can get confusion sounds like it could take a long-ass time. But I don't want to, like, get Ichiban to level 20 off stream. Maybe I can get him to 19. But, like, I don't want him to be high enough to evolve if he's not going to evolve on stream. At the top? Yes, he is. And then I gotta heal him. Like, I should just put everything but Bakugo in the box, then take out stuff I've never had a chance to heal, just so I can get everything healed, man. Attack is 16, special's 27, and only has Pound and Hypnosis. Gosh. Speed is 81, damn. Yeah, so I'm definitely keeping Punk. So these two are definitely going to be main members of the team for the rest of the game. I was going to replace Desperado with Bakugo, but we'll wait until Bakugo actually has Confusion. I might put up, like, Beach Bully and bring out Nidoking for when I actually fight Surge, but that's going to have to be after I do the SS Ann, which is down here. I believe. Not in this building, of course, but... Pidgey! Coo-coo-coo! I'm getting my Pidgey to fly a letter to Saffron in the north. Okay, yeah. Here's the dock for the SS Anne. Vermilion Harbor! I think there'll be a rival battle as soon as we get on, or at least at some point in the SS Anne. I don't want to fight any of these trainers off stream, so hold on. Let me challenge one or two of them so I have some breathing room for leveling up off stream. At least getting Bakugo and Ichiban up a little higher. Just those two. I will get Ichiban to 19, and then Bakugo to 17. Not immediately, of course, because tomorrow I have a different thing stream, a different game planned. But I should have them there before the next stream, and I don't know. Maybe it's cheating a little bit, but fuck it, I don't care at this point. I'm not doing a whole stream of just grinding up those two assholes. If it means having to sit in this fucking field for a couple hours, just grinding on Ekans and Spearow, then that's what I'll fucking do. Damn, Tackle did a lot less there. Did Wrap, like, lower my defense, or did it use a Growl or something? Yeah, you're the one who's not right. There we go. You're defeated, so I can walk through this whole area without worrying about getting in a fight with you. Win, lose, or draw. Must be a gambler. You got to know when to hold 'em. And know when to fold 'em. Poliwag! Oh, God, I love Poliwhirl so much. But I kind of hate Poliwrath. It takes everything cute about Poliwhirl and makes it not cute anymore. Poliwhirl's like, it was one of my favorite Pokemon in the original generation. It was also everywhere. Like, they used it as, like, one of the, like, go-to mascots for the franchise. If you saw, like, a group of Pokemon on, like, a box of cereal or some shit, it'd be like Pikachu, Clefairy, Charizard, Mewtwo, Poliwhirl. Didn't go my way. Damn, he dropped a lot of money, though. Okay. Cool beans. So I'm gonna save here. That's where we're gonna end. We got 24 Pokemon in our decks. I don't know what the max amount we could possibly have is, but it'd definitely be probably in the 30s at this point in the game. Especially if we were doing trading, but we're not doing trading yet. Okay. Whew, there we go. Alright, okay, so we're gonna go find someone to raid. Easily press the damn buttons without having to wait forever for this page to load. Alright. Fudge is live. Let's see who's all live. Alright. This is from a different Nintendo. Ooh, Ultra Smash Bros. I don't know how much longer Ultra Smash Bros. Is going to be up for, but it would be nice to drop a raid on them. Nick Entertains. Just playing Delta Force. Hey, I was singing Mario, and Ultra Smash Bros. Is actually playing a Mario game. I feel like that's Kismet. That's like, it's a sign that I'm supposed to raid Ultra. But I gotta make sure Ultra's not about to end. So, let me do that first. Okay, it doesn't seem like Ultra's about to end. So, I'll get this set up quickly just to be on the safe side, though. Alright. Egg raid. There's our raid message. Thank you again, all, for stopping by, for the resubscribes, for the donations, for the support. I really appreciate all of you. I always want to make that really clear that the fact that I can do this and that I've been doing it for over 5 years is astounding to me, and it's all because of you people. So thank every single one of you. All right, I'm gonna raid into Ultra Smash Bros. Ultra Smash Bro 721, singular bro. That makes sense. I'm just used to saying Smash Bros, you know? All right. Do 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 do. Just waiting for this little thing to pop up. Should not take nearly as long because I've already got the page open. Oh, look, it's giving me a bunch of people playing Pokemon. Obviously, we'll raid some Pokemon people later. We raided a Pokemon person last week, though. And, that person was live today. And I do want to watch more of their stuff, but we gotta spread the raids around, man. Mario 64. I played that, like, my first year of streaming, which was, like, 5 or maybe 6 years ago. All right, I'm gonna start this raid. I'm gonna sing the goodbye song, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow for Atelier Sophie, which it'll be my first Atelier game. All right, start the raid. Also, we're at 100, so we got to start planning a karaoke stream. But I do think it'd be best to save that until my voice is better. Hey, it's been really fun. We hope you liked it too. Seems like we've just begun when suddenly we're through. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. For now, it's time to go. But hey, I say, well, that's okay, 'cause we'll see you really soon, I know. Really soon, I know. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. And tomorrow, just like today, the moon, the bear, and the big blue house will be waiting for you to come and play. To come and play. To come and play. Bye now.